isolation of a single person, you can't like go up to a teacher and just be like, a teacher can't just like go up to a student and be like, hey, stop bullying like,
Right.
Todd.
It's more of, it's like it becomes a whole thing.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand.
Like you can't control like an entire like class of kids to be like, hey, you 29 people, stop bullying that one kid.
Right.
It's, like,
It's not so much an individual thing. It's, yeah, that's sad.
so that's a big thing. So it's different in that regard. But yeah, I mean, and so uniforms are one of the ways that can be dealt with, since like you
have nicer clothes, or your clothes are more raggedy,
yeah,
or I have these super designer things, or you have these cheap things. Yeah.
Financial situations can be more well hidden that way.
Right.
You're streaming again?
I am. I had to disconnect to turn off the thing.
The comment. Go back is all.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to double check, so I wasn't waiting or not. I'm back.
For
real?
Yeah, that's not great. There's a it's hard to recommend. It really is, but like my favorite anime. Huh? No? Okay.
Ande? ¿Qué dijiste?
Sorry. No dime. Did I scream just recently? Apenitas? Have I screamed in the last 2 minutes, Olivia?
No.
No. Dice Olivia que yo no he gritado en los 2 minutos. Dice Olivia que yo no he gritado. Olivia.
Hola, mamá Sandoval.
No, yo no he gritado. Yo pensé que ibas a venir para decir que estaba gritando. Yo estaba hablando muy recio. Digo, yo pensé que andaba hablando calladito. No.
No escuché un grito.
No, sorry. PTSD shit or something.
Poor mom.
Yeah, shit, that wasn't me. Yeah. One of my favorite animes of all time has an arc where it kind of deals with that too.
What is it?
Like bullying and stuff?
No, it's the anime.
Oh, it's called March Comes In Like a Lion.
Ooh, this March came in like a lion, let me tell you.
For real.
Fucking
It is my favorite anime of all time, hands down. Like, every time you ask me, I'm gonna give you the same answer. But...
It's your favorite, really?
It is my favorite of all
really?
time. Yes.
Oh.
But I never recommend it, though. Especially not to people like Ben. Because Ben really likes, like, shonens, like those action ones, like Naruto and My Hero and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And March Comes Like a Lion is, like, pretty much the exact opposite of that.
Reading it right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
It's real.
Series set in Tokyo, following the everyday life of a 17-year-old shogi player, Ray. Ray lives himself. His parents' younger sister died in an accident, estranged from his former family and scarcely any friends. Several cats. Ray deals with his maturing as a player and a person, while developing his relationships with others, especially the Kawamoto sister. It's won some awards.
It's because it's a fucking fantastic anime, but it's just not in the alley of something Ben would watch, so I don't recommend it.
Because there's no action.
Yeah, it's a very as you said it like just now. It's a really sad anime.
Well, sometimes the sad ones, you realize
that's why it's so good.
Yeah, it's not like if something has to be happy-go-lucky to be good, Something
well,
that makes you feel emotion can be good.
I'll tell you the reason I love it so much, and I'll say that I have I still do. I have these 3 main points that I make to prevent myself from talking about it for hours. But I'm only gonna talk about it for a minute or two real quick.
Okay.
I'm just gonna talk about the first
I'm gonna time you. Wait, hold on. Let me
No, please
let me
don't.
see. No,
Please
I'm
don't.
gonna time
Please
you.
don't. Please don't.
But
I'm
you
only gonna
know,
talk about the. I'm only gonna talk about
ready,
the first. Okay.
set, go.
So I'm just gonna talk about. I'm just gonna talk about one thing,
Your
and
timer's
that is,
going.
I know. So one thing I love about the
Just to let
anime.
you know, the timer has started.
Yes. So one thing I love about the anime is that they never say it. Like they never say it in the anime because like it happens in a lot of other anime. They'll be like, oh shit, like blah blah is because of this reason. And they're like, oh wow, I didn't know. But like one thing that you do well in this one is the main character Ray, like 110%. He has like some really bad depression, but they never once like say it in the show.
Mm-hmm. They don't just
Like
come out
no
right
one,
and be like, oh,
yeah, like,
he's depressed.
yeah, no one ever goes like he's depressed. We should cheer him up.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just a thing. Like and you realize it yourself.
Mm.
And
That's good storytelling.
it is really that's what's so great about it. It's such good storytelling. And so you watch this thing, you realize it yourself, and like, but in the same way, like you kind of just don't really bring it up yourself. Like you just know, like you can just feel it. And so it kind of like really. I'm sure there's shows that probably do it pretty well too, but like as far as anime goes, it's probably like the best depiction of depression like that's ever been done in anime. Because it's like with depression, it's not like it's not like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, you know, like you don't just walk around like, man, everything sucks. Like you have days where like things are okay, you know. Like sometimes you're hanging out with people and like the vibe is like way different, you know, the vibe's like the vibe's up at a 10, you know.
Right.
And so they have this like juxtaposition of like when he's like in his house alone, and it's like the lights are all dull, everything's like dreary and kind of depressing. But like when he goes and hangs out with like the Kawamoto sisters, everything is like bubbly, everything's bright and colorful, like all the colors are like these like bright pastels, and the three Kawamoto sisters are just like super cheery, and like he kind of gets like sucked into it. And it's just like they're having a good time, and he's kind of just in it. And it's like, and that's just how real life is. Like sometimes you just have good times. But then they have these things where like after he does that, like he'll go home and like, and the tone like just shifts back, like you're home. That whole like happy-go-lucky thing is gone. It just goes back to like that real like melancholy kind of tone.
It is like that sometimes, isn't it?
It is really, really good storytelling. And you can watch like just the first episode and pretty much have like a really good idea of how the whole show is going to be. And I love recommending it, but I also don't recommend it when I just don't think people will like it.
Do you think I'll like it?
I don't know what your like preferences in anime are.
Just like knowing me as a person, do you think I would like it?
Considering like you and I both like to talk about like kind of cutesy stuff, and then like from what like you seem to have a pretty good social and emotional understanding of like mental issues of people, I think you would probably love it.
Oh, I'll watch it then. Okay, that was 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
Okay. Like I had to really reel it in because like I have literally talked about it for hours sometimes as soon as someone brings it up.
Well, if it's your favorite, I would expect no less.
I really like you really like for real. It's so wild. Last time was with Timmy, I think,
like
and I
you're
recommended it to
attending
Timmy, and I was
seriously.
like, bro, let me tell you about all this shit. We
Also
talked
seem
for like
pretty
an
close
hour
with
and a half
Takagi-san
about
if
this
you're
fucking
both
anime.
coming to school together. You just transferred
Oh man,
here, then.
I get so
I guess
fucking
you
hyped
two
when
really
I'm talking
click.
about it. Real good though. It's on Crunchyroll. I would recommend watching it subbed because
You seemed
they
a
do
lot
have a
closer than that
dub,
yesterday morning.
but I
I heard she
don't
was a victim of
think
Mr.
they
Kamoshida.
finished it.
But was that all
Oh,
there
so
was
don't
to
start it
Either
in
way,
dubbed and then
closer
you have
inspection
to
Yeah,
switch
'cause,
halfway
I
through
mean-
and then...
Yeah,
Goodbye.
exactly. I mean, you could, but like it's
It's a
I
little
think it'd be
jarring
better
going
just
from
to-
sub to dub, like back and forth, you know?
yeah,
It just kind of
In-
like, it's a different feel.
exactly. So it'd be better to just do the whole thing subbed.
Okay.
Well, shall we begin?
I don't mind subtitles, I really don't.
I
But
don't
there's
mind
the
either way.
whole debate where people are like, no, you have to choose one. And I'm like, I'm okay. I can read or I can
I mean,
use my ears.
for Black Clover, My Hero, One Piece, hell, Naruto too. Like I watch both.
Because they're different. They're different feels for the subbed and then for the dubbed. Like you get the original voice acting and you're like, okay, this is how it, coming across in this, this
Yeah.
way with this cast of people and this group and these ideals, and it's not always directly translated either, so you get like that part of it as well. But then I don't know. It's just I don't know how to describe that. It's just two completely different things, even though it's the same show. I don't know.
It can depend. It can depend on a lot of things. It can depend on how you first heard it. Like if you heard something as a dub first, you might just prefer the dub because of that.
Do you know
Sure.
the answer?
Sometimes like it just because it be like that. Like sometimes the dubs just aren't as good. Like
Yeah. Well, there's also just
you-
bad voice acting, and if you can tell, like, okay,
Yeah.
well, this is obviously just bad voice acting. I'm not going to defend this.
Like Shield Hero. I can't watch Shield Hero in English. Can't watch it in English. Have to watch Shield Hero subbed. I don't like it. Just say the word master weirds me out in English. And like from what I understand from what Ben told me, like Raftalia will just be like Master Naofumi, Master Naofumi, and it just sounds weird.
Maybe it's the connotation. I don't know.
Well, cause master is used as an honorific in Japan.
Like
Or can be
senpai.
used as an honor. Yeah, so like it kind of rolls off the tongue better. Cause,
Correct.
so like in English, Raftalia will say Master Naofumi, but in Japanese version, she says Naofumi-sama.
It's
which
it's
kind of
superior. It's like a
just sounds
superior.
better.
Yeah. It's just. I mean, that's a whole other thing. English is a little crazy about. Compared to other languages that have the
Yeah.
suffixes and stuff like that.
So Naofumi-sama sounds a lot better than like Master Naofumi.
Yeah.
Especially if because like she says it a lot sometimes. Like Naofumi-sama, 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 and so you're like Master Naofumi, Master Naofumi. It's like kind of like I don't like that. You're like I don't like it. I don't really like
It's like
it.
when people don't like the word moist. You know, like that.
Yeah,
Got it.
exactly.
You're weak, but I got it.
You're weak, but I feel like
You know, people are like, oh, I hate the word moist. Like, shut up. Natural
nothing wrong with the
selection's
word
coming
moist.
for you.
You're just weird. You're just
Yeah,
weird.
it's weird.
But then there's the other way
Word.
around too. Like sometimes I just prefer the dubs. I definitely watch the subs, but I do prefer the My Hero dubs.
You like the dub better for My Hero?
I like the dub better. People say I listen to both because I want to be like I want to be at the latest episode, and the dubs are usually a week behind.
Right. We
So
do
I-
the
so I
same
watch
thing.
it subbed.
We always watch the, yeah.
But like I personally do prefer the dub. There's a couple of anime that I've watched that I like 100% prefer the dub because I really hate it when they have foreign characters and it's still subbed because they don't have an accent and it weirds me out.
I hear you.
Like they'll have they're like, oh, this is like Miss Bristol. She's from the UK, and then like they still speak like perfect Japanese.
So you want something more realistic.
Yeah, and but in the dubs, like when they like this is Miss Bristol, and like whoever does it like will speak with an accent, like they'll speak with a British accent, and you're like, okay, like that feels more natural to me.
Well, there you go.
With what was that one? That was like there was one called Absolute Duo that had that problem where they had a British girl, and then there was one that was honestly like not a very good anime, but I watched the whole thing though because just fuck my life. There's one called like Infinite Stratos, which was essentially just like a harem anime, but
Right up your
they
alley.
had, I mean, it was like a PG harem anime. So calm down, all right? Roll down,
Mhm.
slow down,
Okay,
slowly roll
yeah.
there.
Talking shit
But,
about your friends earlier watching hentai and then tell me about your harem anime. Uh-huh.
Leave me
Yep.
alone, right? A lot of things classified. Like, fucking Sword Art
Yeah.
Online technically classifies as a harem anime. Technically speaking, Shield Hero counts as a harem anime. Anyways, but like the Infinite Stratos had like a bunch of different girls, but like for some some reason, they decided to make them all from very distinct places.
Called creativity.
It is, but then in the sub, they all speak Japanese perfectly.
So you can watch the show. Can't watch the
I
show
know.
if you can't understand them.
But so it had a British girl, it had a German girl, it had a French girl.
Oh wow, Europe. Very
And
diverse.
So you had, but the thing is, those are three distinct accents.
That's true. Those are
Those are
very
three very distinct accents.
French.
And so you hear it when you hear it in Japanese, it's just like konnichiwa, it's all Japanese. So it's just like, this is weird. Like they're supposed to be like German and stuff. And
yeah,
so
when the whole point is the character is like specifically another race, like that's kind of they're lacking.
And so I had to watch that one dubbed because they actually got like someone to do a German accent, a French accent, and
Cool.
a British accent.
That's pretty cool.
Might I add, like the French girl was the best girl, but that's neither here nor there.
French girls.
The French
Well,
girl was the best girl.
French is like the coolest language in my opinion. Can't
Yeah.
speak a lick of it, but it's pretty fucking awesome.
Can't speak a lick. You know,
I can't.
entrepreneur.
Well,
French.
those are French words. I mean, speaking the French language, I
Fiance
cannot do.
is.
I know. Okay, listen. I get
know,
that.
You said language.
Yeah.
You said not
yeah,
words. I heard
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Being
Sacre,
on your little shit.
Sacre
Sacre bleu. Oh, bucket.
Sacre bleu.
Omelette de fromage.
Best joke ever made in Gravity Falls. Little French golf ball goes Sacre bleu.
Gravity Falls, man, that's a throwback.
That was a great show.
That was a good show.
Dean, Carls, and I would like fucking get together and like get popcorn and stuff to watch the new episodes on TV.
Shut up, you guys are not
You know, Doug. We
nerds.
100% did. 100% did. We were all like, Dean and I were in college.
Oh my god.
Carlos was like finishing high school. We're all gathered up on the sofa to watch fucking Gravity Falls.
Cute.
Good times.
Hey.
Yeah, so that's kind of situations where I prefer dubs. There's a really bad anime that was made that was like, and then it goes like the other way around. It goes to the extremes too with like Ghost Stories, for example. Have you heard of Ghost Stories?
Ghost stories?
Yeah.
Do I like them?
Have you heard of Ghost Stories?
Is this an anime?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so it was an anime that aired in Japan, right?
Okay.
And it was so bad. It was horrible. People hated it. It was like people were like, "This fucking sucks." This is
Why?
I don't know. It was an older one, so I never actually watched it. So it's just bad. People were like, "This is bad."
Okay.
And so they gave like the video and like the licensing and everything to like an American company. They were like, "Here you go." Like it was shit. So like fucking do whatever, I guess.
Mhm.
And they were like, "Well, what do you mean do whatever?" And they were like, "Do whatever. Like it's a dead anime. Like no one likes it. Like it's just like you know we're just handing you the thing because like that's our job." Like they're like, "You can literally do whatever you fucking want with it." And so what they did was they went to dub it and they made a completely different anime essentially.
That's awesome. Like a different story. Like everything.
Yeah, but everything was a joke. Like it was just a joke. The whole thing was a joke, and it was fucking hilarious.
Yikes.
Because it was supposed to be like this like intense story of like kids finding ghosts and like saving people from the ghosts. It was like supposed to be like Scooby Doo, but like in an anime form essentially.
Okay.
But like what they did is they just gave the characters like really weird stereotypes that they like abided by.
Oh no.
Like one of the characters was just like a devout Christian.
Oh man.
And they're like, "Yeah,
Scariest.
get this ghost," and she's just like, ghosts don't exist in the Lord's eyes. Like we should go.
Oh. That's. Oh.
And it was like, it was so funny, and like it was so like the main cast was like a kid with glasses, like an older girl, younger girl, her younger brother who's like a kid, and then like kind of the cool kid. And so I don't know what their personalities were like in the actual anime, but like in the joke, it was like the older girl was the devout Christian, the kid with the glasses was like Jewish.
Nice.
And then it was like the younger girl was just kind of like a no nonsense kind of girl, and then her younger brother, like they just made him like a fucking idiot, like
Aw.
like for like it was a different time, you know, it was early 2000, but like they made him like essentially like mentally challenged.
Oh no.
Like he wouldn't talk. He basically just responded in like noises.
Oh no.
I was like, "What do you think about this?" And he was just like, "Huh," and they were like, "Shut
Oh
the fuck
no.
up."
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's horrible. That's
But like
horrible.
it was a fucking hilarious show because they didn't have to abide by the rules because it just got dumped on them. They were like, this fucking bombed, like do whatever you want with it.
Oh, I
And
just
so they
answered this question. Jason, help me. Oh no.
What's the question?
The favoring of the magistrate. I forgot the guy's name. This is why I have to pay attention.
Yoshitsune.
I think it's Yoshi. Is it Yoshitsune? Is it Yoshitomo?
Like
It's one of those
80%
two.
Sure. Like 80% sure it's Yoshitsune.
Okay.
Ooh, we can do
Oh, thank
this.
God. I thought that's one of them.
Was it Yoshitsune? I told you you had to remember, but no.
I know, I
someone
didn't believe you.
Someone wanted to keep
I didn't
cheating.
believe you. I was just like, I have to look. He had a brother? Oh my god, I was not paying attention. Kiso?
The brother's name was Yorimoto. Or Yoritomo, sorry. Not Moto, Yoritomo.
Man. I can't cheat. Who won?
Yoritomo won.
Sad. People tend. This is foreshadowing. Sympathize less with the figures in power.
This game has a metric fuck ton of foreshadowing if you know where to look for, if you know what's going on.
Like if you know what's gonna happen.
If you go back and play it again, you just go like, what the fuck? Like, why didn't I see this before? Like, this is so obvious.
Well, they were talking like, oh, CEO, and they're evil. I'm like, I know who that is. What's this one?
Oh, the week, I'm pretty sure.
That makes the most sense.
He was like a Japanese Robin Hood.
Yoshitsune stood up against. It's powerful, Yoritomo. Stella just came up and laid down on me. It's cute, but she's also like, she's 30 pounds. It's too heavy. I can't move.
Complex your dog.
My little flea bag. I'm not gonna suplex my dog.
I really want to go rewatch March Goes
Let's
Like a
get
Lion now.
Just do it.
I can't.
Why not?
I can't. Because it's gonna put me in a mood.
Oh.
I
Well.
just can't. Plus, I watched it like semi recently, like a couple months ago.
Fuck.
What are you fucking about? That answer's easy.
I don't remember. I just know that both the lines are the same size. Cognition?
It's a trick in
Hallucination.
Cognition,
Cognition.
yeah. No, not hallucination. It's
Halluc-
cognition.
That's what I
It's
said.
not hallucination. It's cognition.
That's what I said. I'm hungry. It's 12. Man. Oh. It's the world,
Right.
right? You told me this one.
We specifically.
You
talked
told me this
about
one. It was the map of the world.
The answer's both.
No, you said it's map of the world.
No. I said the answer's both.
Ooh, we can do this.
Alright. Well, you lied to me the first time then, because I very specifically
No.
remember you saying.
What I said
world.
was it's gonna ask you which one is it, a map of the world or a map of Japan, and the answer is both.
Okay,
is what I
class,
said.
let's get started.
I'm gonna check the stream. Pretty sure you're
Do
wrong.
it. Pretty sure I'm right.
Oh, I remember this. Oh no, I don't. I just remember the answers. Oh no, the book.
I told you. Like,
Fuck.
you gotta read the rest. You gotta read the whole thing
I
because
want to.
they're gonna change the question.
The Devil's Dictionary. Yeah,
Ooh, we can do this.
I did that. I remembered it. I remember that one. Because I remember
ask
thinking, I'm
you-
like, Dante's Inferno, Devil's Dictionary. Like,
This will be the third time you do this. This will be the first of 3 times you have to do this, by the way.
what character archetype refers to a mysterious, seductive woman? We already got that one.
Ooh, we can do this.
Stella,
Ooh, we
go
can
get
do
me. Go
this.
get me a granola bar, Stella. Useless.
So is it the 3rd day or is it the 2nd day?
This is the 2nd day, I think. No, is it the 3rd day? I don't remember.
Because there's 4 days of exams. There's 3 times you have to answer questions, and the 4th one just
Oh.
by itself.
I think that was the 2nd one then.
Or is it 3, 4? I can't fucking remember.
Yeah, this will be the no, maybe that was the 3rd. I don't know. Hey, so okay, doesn't he look like the heads that I sent you the picture of?
Oh, yeah, a little bit, I guess.
Except without the mustache.
He just looks like a potato, man. He looks like that picture of Makoto that I sent. Fucking where they cut him in with Makoto's haircut for some fucking reason.
Oh god.
Isn't he hot?
You remember that? I sent it to you the other day.
Yeah, I do remember.
It was so funny. Hey, there he
Whoa,
is.
his
There's the
voice
boy.
is sexy.
His voice so sexy.
There he is. It's the boy. Sexy ass voice.
Frickin' Marky. To put up with this shit.
No need to be formal with me, though. Just here to counsel anyone who's interested.
I'm upset.
Why?
You can even call me Doc if that would help you feel more
Why?
comfortable.
Because I want to talk more about much comes like a lie.
What?
Not really.
Because I want to talk about March comes in like a lion
Then
more.
talk about it. Oh my god.
No,
Why are you
no.
being weird about it? Just talk about it.
Just because I'll rant for way
That's
too
fine. I'll tune you out and I'll just focus on the game, but talk about it.
long. No.
Fine, I'm gonna get a snack. You should tell me about
Okay.
the March
Well,
like a
our
lion
school's made
while I'm getting a
national
snack.
news.
Because
Maybe they
While you're not
even worse if they didn't do
talking
it.
about that here.
And Dr.
Oh
Dr.
man.
What's his
should I make a sandwich? It's so
Maruki.
late.
Yeah.
Is
I
Ben
have-
still
Wasn't that
awake?
guy just basically
Yeah, he's
clowning
down
it
there, I
up
can
on
hear him.
stage?
Then I would 100%
Do you really
make a
think he'll
sandwich.
do us any good?
Or Yuji.
Hey there.
I could eat
Sakama-kun
chips.
and Takama
I have
You
tortilla
text-
chips.
You want me to
And
call him
that
right now and
must
be like,
make
hey, Olivia's
you-
coming down to make a sandwich. Do you want me to call him and ask him to make you a sandwich?
Well, I was
That'd be
informed of
fucking
certain
funny,
students
but
before
no.
beginning
Dude,
my
hold on,
tenure.
let me
No,
do it. I got
don't
you.
do
Dog,
that.
kid,
No.
kid, I got you. Kid, I got you. It'll be great.
Jason, I can't.
It'll be
no.
great.
Must have been
I'm gonna have an
'Cause he-
orange. Stop, I'm gonna have
Cause
an
he,
orange.
cause he can say no, like if he doesn't want to, but like it'll be great.
I'm gonna get an orange.
Why is it a no?
I want an orange.
I thought you wanted a sandwich.
I have an orange right here. It's ready to eat. Just have to peel it. Sandwich I have to make. Lazy. Dude,
Well,
a
not
cold
if you ask him
orange.
to make it for you.
so good. I'm running out of sandwich stuff with quarantine, and I didn't reorder any delivery groceries for like lunch meats or anything, so I could make like
Why
a
don't you
peanut butter sandwich, I
Why don't you
guess.
just go to the store?
Because I don't want to catch coronavirus.
Not really how that works, but okay.
You're joking, right?
I mean, you like wear a mask, like
Yeah, I know.
just practice social distancing.
Yeah,
like,
I
you'll be
know.
more or less alright.
But if you're in an enclosed space with people,
How small is your fucking market? Like I think
not
in
huge.
the LA area, like they only let 10 people in at a time.
no, you don't understand. The one we have, nah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to the store. I don't want to. I'm scared.
If you're gonna get people to come bring food for you, like you better like disinfect it like as soon as they hand it to you.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I have like Lysol. No, every time I get something delivered, I unpack everything and then I hand wipe everything off with Clorox wipes and like alcohol and shit. And Yeah, we're really careful. Like every time we go out, we sterilize everything that we come back in with, keys, doorknobs, anything we touched. Man, I wish I had bananas. I'd make a peanut butter banana sandwich. It sounds so fucking good right now.
My favorite kind of sandwich that involves peanut butter is.
Don't say
something
pickle.
I
Don't say pickle.
I would throw hands with somebody.
Ham?
Throw hands with
Oh.
somebody.
I'm like, ham's a good sandwich.
I hate pickles.
You don't like pickles? I love pickles.
I absolutely hate
I
pickles.
will drink pickle juice. I'll eat pickle on a stick. I'll eat sliced
I-
pickles. I
Absolutely hate pickles.
Why? They're just cucumbers with vinegar. They're good.
I hate pickles.
You don't like the taste? Or is it texture?
Both.
Lame.
Quite the tough youngster.
I just really hate
Just
pickles.
don't overdo it, okay?
No, I really like
What do you
eating
want with us?
peanut butter and Nutella sandwiches.
I know
It's
I
sugar,
already
sugar.
offered
Yeah,
my
it's really
services
good.
Yeah, I really can't eat it very
Would you
often
three
because of
be
the sugar,
interested
but
in
like,
counseling?
it's so fucking
Nope,
good.
not at all.
No, chocolate and peanut butter together is awesome.
So good. I love Reese's is my favorite
You were
candy.
just a touch
So.
more emphatic
What?
about it than I'd expected.
The Reese's is my favorite candy.
Well,
So
Reese's or
if you
Reese's
come to my
Pieces?
office,
Reese's
can have free
Pieces are
snacks.
gross.
all you can
Fuck
eat
off.
would be
I'll
nice,
fight you.
but
Throw
there's
hands.
still plenty to be had.
Reese's
So,
are delicious,
how about
especially like the holiday ones. They always make those like way better.
The tree-shaped ones.
Like the tree or like the pumpkin or like the egg-shaped ones.
Hey, don't
Burger
fall for
shares are
that.
also pretty good, but
to be frank, I've been
same people who
explicitly
make
ordered to provide
Nutella and
counseling
those
to the students
people are
directly
a bunch of
involved.
cooks because they lie about the sugar count.
Yeah, we did some diagram for our kids about like how much sugar is in like a soda or how much sugar is in a, you know, in random shit that they eat because they're kids and they don't know. They're like, oh, my candy or my fruit gummy snacks are healthy. And then our whole thing with our charter schools, we have to try to like educate them about like making healthy choices and stuff like that. And we made like this diagram, the teacher and I, and these kids could not believe it. They're like, well, it's not that bad. And I'm like, well, it's a lot though. Like that won't all even fit in your hand. And they're like, well, but I can't tell when I'm drinking it. And I'm like, all right, whatever. It's fine. What do you mean? Too much salt?
To be
Activity.
frank,
Oh,
I've been
definitely.
explicitly
But-
ordered
And
to
so like
provide
I
counseling
cut
to be
sugar out
frank,
almost
if
entirely,
Mr.
and I would get like a lot
It's
of
in the
headaches
school's
and like I would like
interest.
have a hard time
For
just
its
kind of like
students.
staying focused and stuff.
Well, you have to do
The
it at
school's interest, huh?
a decremental pace. You can't
know
just
that
all of a
asking
sudden
you to
quit
be
sugar,
open
else your body will like shut
stranger
down.
like myself
Yeah, so
is
that
a lot.
I did
Making
that.
this mandatory wouldn't
Well,
do you any
don't do
good
it like
either.
that. Ding
Well,
dong.
and now I just like well now I'm just kind of in a happy medium. Like I just don't consume like a lot of sugar anymore. I don't drink soda anymore and stuff like that.
I used to drink like 5 Diet Cokes a day in college, and then I was like, my teeth are rotting away, so I can't do this anymore. And now I drink 5 seltzer waters a day.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
I drink I mostly drink like Crystal Light. Like the
I love
sugar-free stuff.
Crystal Light. I used to make that all the
I
time
have-
when I was in college. The
I
pictures
have
of
a
it.
really- well, I have a really big water bottle. And I'll just
So you make the whole
I have a-
packet in your water bottle?
No, I make like 3/4 of the packet with water
Mm.
bottle. Because the packet makes like 2 quarts or whatever, which is like 64 ounces, right?
How big's your
And
water bottle?
my-
You don't have a 64-ounce
my-
water bottle?
No, my water bottle's 48 ounces.
Hmm.
I don't quite put the whole thing in.
Would you drink all 64 ounces of your Crystal Light if your water bottle was 64 ounces?
Yes.
I
Yes.
guess it'd just
Oh,
be more trouble
okay.
for us if we didn't go.
Wait. I'm confused. But like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Really? Then
What exactly are you
what's the
asking?
deal?
I'm gonna like,
In the nurse's office.
it's a lot of Crystal Light.
Come by whenever it's convenient for you.
Yeah, like, yeah, no. I mean, I drink like I would drink like two of my water bottles a day.
Thanks for taking my counseling into consideration.
I
Is it
drink
like-
like 90 something ounces of fucking Fish Light a
I'll
day?
do my best to help you.
You meant like in one sitting. I'm like, why are you drinking all this Crystal
no,
Light out of
no,
your meal?
I don't like down 2 pitchers of Crystal Light. Like, hey, bro, like at that point, why do I need the bottle? Like, if I'm gonna down it that fast, I might as well just make the pitcher and just drink it in the sink before I head back to my room.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, why would you?
No, like I drink it during the day.
Like over
I
the
sip-
span of a day.
Yeah, like over the span of like a day or half a day, depending on how thirsty I am.
I do that. I have my cups.
And
they're always just filled with water.
And then when I
And
need to
then
go
I
refill it, I
refill
go
them.
refill it.
Yeah.
Somebody you know?
That's the way to do it. You know,
Give me a
people
name.
who go in with like 1 cup at a time, like a little cup, that's you're not living life, you know.
I am
I got no legs. I don't got the leg strength to go back and forth to my kitchen every 2 seconds.
Man, the legs.
Having a bigger
Keep
water
forgetting
bottle
about
is nice because I can just keep forgetting about the legs.
Get
It
cracking
be
on
like
my
that.
Dr. Shola, the Shasta.
Yeah, Dr. Shasta, my dude. I don't understand how that's gonna work in any way because like what is the upward like propulsion? Like, what are you looking to do? Like, move my leg upward? Like that's I'm not gonna walk with my legs moving upward. I need to move my leg forward.
No. No. Alright.
There's just so many.
We gotta
like,
go back to
there's
square
just-
one. Hold on.
There's just
No,
so
you
many
don't get
things
it.
that don't. There's just so many things that don't work with your method. Even if it did have enough propulsion to lift my leg,
Listen.
the fact that my leg's being lifted
Listen.
doesn't fix the
Hold up,
problem.
dude.
Okay, I'm gonna send you
Sorry
another
for keeping you like this.
brainstorm of my dog right now, eating an apple. Okay, there we go. So this
The
is
thing
you.
is,
No,
the
stop.
thing is-
Stop. This is you. And you're a black stick
Olivia?
figure now. I'm like, I'll draw a little
Olivia?
smiley face on you because you're happy about
Olivia,
this
please.
invention.
Olivia, please.
So, I even gave you shoes this time. Now the Shasta Cola bottles. I'm gonna draw a physics diagram. Okay, and I'm not gonna get as detailed here, but you're gonna see. Okay, here are the strings, and then they lift you up, and then you go. Me. I don't know why you're friends with me. Did you get it?
Yeah, give me a second. I'll look at it. Okay, so if it's gonna be a jetpack, right? So bear with me here. If it's gonna be a jetpack, why strap it to my legs? Why not just put it on my back?
Because, listen, no, think about it. With your legs, because if it's a jetpack, then you can't really control it, right? If it's on your legs, then you can go at different angles and stuff.
Okay, you say that, but don't forget, my legs don't work. So I wouldn't be able to control my legs. So if my legs shut off in one direction, I'm at the mercy of the Mentos bottle at that point. You feel me here? Like, I'm almost guaranteed to fly into a wall should your method work.
Welcome.
I would have no way to adjust myself because my legs have no physical strength.
That does throw a wrench in my mind.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. That was just the first one, too. Yeah. Besides that, the plan was flawless so far.
Let's try again. Back to square one.
The plan was flawless.
So, you're gonna be blue this time.
Well, shall we begin?
I had something to tell Carlos and I can't remember what it was.
This is you. Blue.
Damn.
Another smiley face.
Yes.
Shit.
What's wrong?
I had something to tell Carlos and I can't remember what it was. Cannot
That
remember what I was supposed to tell him. It was
You
like
love
something
him
important. It
because
was like
he's your brother?
Nah, I fucking hate that kid.
Oh god, don't say that. Not true.
Something semi-important that I needed to tell, but I can't fucking remember. Shit. Alright, whatever. I'll think about it later. Okay, I hate that
You'll
kid.
remember if it's
The
important.
fucking square.
The bucket square?
The absolute fucking square that he is.
Oh.
So on my arm, son. That's your solution, huh? Now here's let me arise you a new problem. We call me Lieutenant Dan because I got no legs and all. But the reality of the scenario of my condition is it also affects my arms. So I'm kind of fucked on that department too. Oh my god.
Right.
Oh god.
Well
It's not
then.
chilling, Doug. It's not chilling. I'm a realist. I see that.
Hold on. Back to the drawing board.
I see the coin as a 50-50, man. I'm a realist.
What's the coin?
You know how they say, like, if they were like, hey man, like if you flip this coin, if it lands on heads, you win $1 million. You know, optimist is
Okay.
gonna say like it's gonna be heads. Pessimist would say it's gonna be tails, and a realist would say it's a 50-50. So we'll see what happens.
I guess we'll
I'm a
see.
realist. I'm a realist.
Is it
And the-
50-50?
Well, I mean, no, but like that's the idiom to describe, like best describe those different mindsets between like optimism, pessimism, and realism.
It's
Realism
almost
does-
not like
the realism.
it's,
The realism.
no.
The realism. A realist isn't worrying about the results. The realism is prepared for either one.
You're being.
They're seeing things. They're seeing things for how they are.
It's like nihilist. Is it nihilistic?
Nihilism is
Nihilism?
more that's a different thing.
No, but in like a not in a sad, not in a somber way. It's nihilism, but like doesn't fucking matter. It's like, you know, whatever. If it's gonna happen the way it happens, like whatever. Chill.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not that it's whatever happens. It's just that like I'm not leaving like I'm not gonna just like leave things to chance. Like
You're not gonna let things what?
I'm not gonna like leave things to chance. Like it's just one of those things where it's like, what's the saying? Like prepare, like hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
That's not the
Like,
50-50 thing though.
No, I know, but the it's going off the realism thing. Like I like if you give me a scenario, like I'm gonna prep for both possible outcomes.
For
I'm
any
not gonna,
possible
I'm
outcomes.
not because I'm not gonna put all my eggs into a single.
Don't
basket,
count your
you know?
chickens before they hatch.
That's
But-oh.
different. No. The same. Put all your eggs in a basket. I mean, like you bank everything on one thing happening, and it's like gambling. Like when you're gambling, you throw everything on. Like
Yeah, like you're all in.
I'm gonna win.
I know what
I'm-
I know what it means. Thank you. Like,
I'm not
I
all
went
in.
to college.
I'm never all in, is what I'm saying. And so the truth of the matter of my condition, with my medical condition, the truth, the flat out truth.
I'm gonna get going.
Because my mom will say some shit like, and bless her heart, but like she'll say shit like you know, like I bet you if you look to God, he'd cure your legs.
Oh.
And I'm just like,
Oh.
Mom, I love you, but this disease has no cure, and that's just how it be.
Yeah.
That's just how it be.
Yeah. Well, but I
Best
mean
case-
that's her finding comfort in that situation, though.
Yeah.
You know, it's not so much about you as it's for her.
You're right. But like then she tries to like get me to like she's like, if you pray a little more, I'm like, no, this is no.
Because it makes her feel better, Jason.
I
That's
know,
why
I
she says
know.
that.
That's why I don't give her shit about her religion. Like I'm not those kind of assholes. Like I'm a
Let people do what they
a-
want, kind of thing, and just they maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the word. There's like a whole like brand behind that, like the whole idea of like coexist. Like I have no problem with people being religious. Like if you're religious, whatever religion that might be, that's totally fine. Just don't try to bring me into it.
I feel you.
Everyone has a right to live their own life.
I feel you, 100%.
So the reality of the scenario is it can kind of go one of two ways in the future. Either
How are you?
I get therapy and I start taking the correct steroids, and eventually I'll kind of just like be chilling, kind of just like I'll probably be able to walk around pretty okay. But like anything super strenuous, like crazy exercise, like not gonna be within my probably never gonna be within my realm of possibility anymore. But I'll be able to like walk around and be chilling though, and that's kind of what I'm shooting for. But not putting all my eggs in a single basket. Like the other possibility is in the polar opposite of that scenario. The polar opposite is I die. And that's the polar opposite though. That could also just be like in a wheelchair or something. But the polar opposite is I die.
I think the polar opposite of anybody's situation is death, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But the polar opposite in
get it.
the scope of like what's possible in this condition, because it's a condition that affects the muscles, that like it constantly weakens the muscles, and in the worst case scenario, the heart's a muscle, and it would eventually stop my heart.
I see.
And your response to all this is,
It'd be like that.
it just.
I'm
be like
Lieutenant
that
Dan.
sometimes.
I'm Lieutenant Dan. How goes it? Well, there's nothing to do about it. Like right now, all I'm doing is waiting to see a doctor, which has been like almost a year process. It's been a pain in the fucking ass, and I've hated every second of it. But I switched doctors.
That's great.
I had a local doctor help me out, a general practitioner help me out that is a friend or works in the same clinic as my cousin. And she was like, okay, set up an appointment with me and I'll try to help you out faster. And I'm like, cool, let's do it. I did it. Didn't actually see her because it was when Corona thing started up, so we actually did like a phone call visit.
Fuck.
We did a phone call visit. It was just like she was gonna do nothing for me except recommend me to somebody else.
Give
So
you a
we didn't
referral.
actually- we didn't actually have to meet, yeah.
Right. Okay.
And so, talking on the phone, she was like, tell me about this, tell me about this. I said, okay, this information. She was like, cool. What happened here? I said, this happened. She said, I see you had something to do with your liver back when you were like 12. And I said, yeah, doctor told me I had a liver of a raging alcoholic.
For
Oh my
example,
god, what?
Has nothing to do with this, but I just wanted to share. I'll go back to that later.
Yo.
Just wanted to share.
Were you drinking a lot as a 12-year-old?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I just had a liver of a raging alcoholic. She was like, blah, blah, ask me a bunch of questions, yada, yada, yada. And then she was like, cool, I'm going to try to get a referral set up, and then we'll let you know. I said, cool. So I got a call, like a fucking week later from a place in Sacramento, and that was just like, bro, like, okay, like, we have your appointment set up for, like, this date at this time. And I was like, oh my god. And they were like, are you okay, sir? And I was like, yeah, I'm just really fucking stoked that, like, I've wasted a whole fucking year, and this got done in, like, a week.
So
That's
you
your-
have an appointment?
So I have an appointment at the end of June,
That's really exciting. How come I haven't heard about this?
because it's not that big of a deal.
It's awesome. What are you talking about?
I don't share things with people. I'm not the kind of person. I'm not the kind of person who shares things with people.
Your friend, you have to tell me these things.
If it was exciting, I'd tell you. Like, I'm just gonna go get my legs checked
That's
out. If it was
but no, that's like a
if
step.
I was
but-
like, if I was like, hey guys, my legs work again. Yeah,
No.
I'd probably tell people that.
Jason, fucking it's like, I mean, you just said it yourself. You're excited because you've been spending a year on this. So, I mean,
because it's been irritating for me.
yeah.
Like,
So there's finally
I have.
progress.
Yes, there is.
So
You're
why
right.
is
It's a
that
good
not a
thing,
reason
but
to be excited?
Because it's not that it's not a reason to be excited. It's something I didn't share with
No,
people, so
I-
there's no reason for me to bring it up now
Well,
and have people be excited.
You know that I'm
No one-
nosy
no one-
and I
no
care
one-
about my
no
friends,
one-
so you had to
no
tell me
one's
these
been-
things. Okay.
No one's been on this journey with me. Like it's
Why not?
Because it's not a big deal. Like it's just not that big. It's just like whatever. Like so I don't share it with
Boys.
people because it's not a big deal.
You boys are all emotionally closed off, and you would all
You
just
girls are just weirdly gossipy.
You
I
just,
hate
it's
it.
not gossip, it's just we're there for each other. No, like, I have a few, like, 2 very good friends, but we know each other inside and out. And that's, like, you know, you can have, like, relationships like that with people. You know? It's okay. Guys are always so macho,
Nihilism
like,
has nothing
can't-
to do with
I
like,
can't let people know that I have emotions. What the fuck, man? Like,
It has nothing to do with that. I
Yes,
share
it
my
is.
emotions. I share my emotions with people. You and I talk about emotions all the time.
emotions.
You and I talk about emotions all the
Yeah,
time.
but
I have,
I'm
I have an
saying-
easier time talking with women about my emotions than I do with men.
Because,
but like, that's
but why? Why?
yes, you can.
Yeah,
okay.
see? Yeah, see?
Aside
I'll fucking-
aside from that, leaving that aside for now, when it comes to just activities or events in my life, it has nothing to do with emotions. Just I don't share that kind of stuff with anybody.
All right, I'm here.
It has nothing-
You
it has
gotta
nothing-
update
it has-
me.
Well, it has nothing to do with like emotion. Like I shouldn't tell these guys.
I
'cause they're
know.
not gonna-
I
like,
know.
It has nothing to do
It's
with
a
that.
guy
I
thing.
just
You guys just don't tell each other anything. I know.
I just
No,
don't.
I get it.
It's not a guy thing. It's
It
just
is
a
a guy
personal
thing.
thing.
No, it's
just-
totally a dude thing.
No,
you-
because Matt's the manliest of us all, and he's telling us like, hey, bro, like, he's telling us all about his firefighter stuff.
well,
like as soon
Matt's
as it
also
happens.
a father, so you kind of change a little bit. I think when you
He-
spawn
he
some
was
human
like
into
that
this
before
world.
he was a father.
Mm,
He was like that before.
okay.
And Ben liked to talk about his job with me all the time. He said he liked talking about his job because it seemed like you never understood what he was talking about.
It's hard. He doesn't realize like how complicated his work is, and I feel so
No, I
bad
think I
because I'm so
think he
stupid.
does.
And
I
no,
think he
and-
does.
No. The thing is, like he does, and then he'll try to explain it to me like in a level that he thinks I'll understand,
Well,
and I still don't. And I feel so bad because the conversation gets so one-sided. I just have to listen because he's talking about things I don't know, and I feel really, really bad.
He has brought that up on multiple occasions.
I feel really bad.
Talks about having to try to dumb it down for you, but
I'm
like you still seem like you really don't get it.
I can't. So stupid. I can't.
And so,
But you know what I can do? I can talk to people, and I can have
We don't-
conversations, and
he doesn't.
I can. Not that he can't do that. I'm just saying, like,
Well-
I have other strong suits, other strengths than mentally thinking hard. I can't do it. I can't. I'm good at riddles.
I'm
That's
ve-
about it.
I'm really scatterbrained in the sense of like I'm thinking about a lot of things at all times. And so a problem with that is like sometimes I'm
know.
just not listening.
Yeah. Oh, all the time. Happens all the time. I was
I'm,
listening
like,
to
thinking
you
about,
earlier.
Because I'm
Wasn't
thinking
listening
about
to
like
Ben
4
earlier.
other things. You're
Yeah.
also like weed. You're also smoking weed.
Well, yeah, but just
okay,
I'm
so
not like a stoned idiot right
no,
now.
I
just-
know, but like
I hate that. You know, okay, I'm just glad, like,
now.
most people I know understand, but it's like, if someone figures out, like, oh, you smoke, and they're like, oh, you're a pothead, aren't you? I'm like, no, I just like to, I like to
I
smoke.
like to be
It's-
chilling.
it's
I just like to be
it's-
chilling.
You know, it's fine. It, you know, helps with
No,
issues.
I used to
and
to
good.
smoke every Saturday.
once a week. That's
We're
really
gonna-
cute. Oh,
When I was working at Kmart, we had this guy whose dad like grows weed, and so we'd go to his house like every Saturday and just chill. Like,
wow, that's
you know,
that's
he had like
wow.
hookahs and stuff, and so
Oh,
like
I don't
was
like
at the
hookah.
time I was the only one. I was the only one who was 18 at the time,
Mm.
and so like I would bring like the charcoals and stuff and the shisha for stuff like that, and we'd
Oh.
mix the shisha with like weed and stuff, or we'd have like just
You'd
normal
mix
joints and stuff
it.
sometimes.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was good. It was chilling, and we just like spend the night there and we just chill.
Well,
I
His
think-
house, that house was like really weird because like people were just like hella chill.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to chill. no. So back to what I was saying about Ben though, is I'm not an expert on like the stuff Ben does, so I don't have the same knowledge he does.
But do you understand what he's saying?
But yeah, it's like, but I know enough about computers to where like I can keep up with him.
Yeah.
Like even if I don't understand a term he uses, I can piece it together from the context clues.
And like by
And
what
so,
he's
like-
telling and everything, yeah.
Yeah. So I can keep up with him because I can tell by context clues, which is cool, like which is great. And I like it, and it feels nice, and you can tell Ben gets really excited about talking about his job and stuff, and it makes me glad that he like will sit there and talk to me about it. Because it's nice. It's nice that he gets some time to talk about what he likes to do, because
feel
it obviously
so
seems to make him
bad.
excited.
I can't do that for him.
That being said, sometimes I blank out and I'm just not fucking listening.
Well, that's just like, you know.
And the problem, and like the good and bad part about that is that Ben, as soon as he gets excited about it, like he will go on and on about it,
Let's go to bed.
which is great. Like it's so nice. It's so nice for like to. It must feel so comforting to be able to like just sit there and talk about something you like, and have someone just like seem like they're just really like paying attention. Like it must feel so nice. And it's so I always feel like I'm always like I'm always happy to hear like to listen to like whatever Ben wants to talk about. But like I just every once in a while I'm not like I just stop paying attention because I'm focused on something else.
Well,
And
I understand.
and so the problem with that is every once in a while he'll check back for confirmation, and like it goes
But
back
he'll
to what I was
really
saying about-
check.
well no, the thing is I'll go back to the silver tongue thing I'm talking about. Is like because I can take the last couple of things he said and kind of bullshit a response to him
Oh, Jason.
because like I wasn't listening. He would just be like, oh yeah, so the server unit or servo was like not allowing like certain access of like 3 or 4 blah blah blah. He's like, so what I had to do was like make a wraparound of the key and like program it so it would adjust the values of like 0 to like blah blah blah. And he's like, can you get what I'm saying? And then I go, oh. And I had to like listen to what I was like, okay, what are the last few things he said? And I just go like, oh, okay, so you're saying like basically like, okay, I get it. So like people are having a problem with people like not being able to get into the website. And he'd be like, yeah. Then he'd keep going like, and I'm just like, safe.
Oh, man.
I'm just like, safe.
You got away with it that time.
And I could do it like every time.
I'd make one last effort.
No.
Because I would do it just specific enough to where he wouldn't catch on. Like if I could just be specific just enough to where he's like, okay, like he's on board.
You know.
But also be vague enough to where I could like
Wow. See right there, you started talking about his work, and I completely.
Will you
zoned out.
I
Oh
zoned
no,
out.
Olivia, no!
I can't-
How could you talking about Ben's work? You can't even listen to
can't.
me talking about Ben's work. Oh no,
just don't get it. So
Ben must be
stupid.
so heartbroken.
I'm so dumb. And he knows, and it makes him sad, and I'm sad. And... Anyways.
And Ben, there used to be an old Tumblr post that like reminds me of that, and I've actually like, weirdly enough, like I've lived by that Tumblr post.
Tumblr. Bring it back.
There was an old Tumblr post when someone was talking about like exactly that. Like sometimes like even if I don't get or even if I don't like whatever you're talking about, like
That guy got off.
the simple fact that you're like excited to talk about it, like I will sit there and listen to you talk about it because just of how happy it seems to make you like to talk about it,
That's just being a good person.
even if I have like no interest in the topic.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, there's a difference between, like, not having any interest and then, like, not understanding it. You know, it's like speaking a different
Yeah.
language. Like, I don't understand. Like, I just can't help here. I don't get it.
You tell
know.
them on, at least act like you care.
I know. She's so sassy. Love it.
Ryuji's gonna help him out though. Ryuji's
Ah! Turn around on. Yeah, my boys. Whiskey.
Hey, are you
Little
sure it's
Yusuke boy.
him, or are you just that self-conscious?
I'm not that.
Is there something you want?
That's my line. You are the one stalking me.
Stalking you? That's outrageous.
I know you've been following me ever since the train.
That's because...
My goodness. I had wondered why you left the car. So this is where your
Oh
pension
god.
is.
On
All
is
well
quite the
that ends
character.
well.
What was that all about?
What's what all
I
about?
saw you from the car,
This incident.
and I couldn't help myself from chasing after you.
When is
Didn't
it?
even notice the calls from
Yusuke
Sensei.
was following on around,
Goodness, I caught up to you.
and now they're asking why he was doing that.
Okay.
What?
Fuck,
Wait
I
a
skipped the
minute.
dialogue option.
Fucking up. You can hit L3 to look at the log.
Be the model
I
for
did
my
that
next
already.
art
You're
piece.
behind.
Model?
All that I've drawn till now has been lacking, but I
On
feel
10 seconds,
passion
yeah,
from
what do you
you
want,
unlike
Marie?
anyone else.
This man's highly suspicious.
Ain't this a recruit for some shady business?
Will you cooperate with me?
Yusuke
What do you say?
is a really
Whoa,
bummer
hold your
team
horses.
member.
Who are you anyways?
He's a what?
Oh,
He's a
where
really
are my
bummer
manners?
team member.
I'm a second
Bummer.
year at Kosei
Like-
High's Fine Arts
Yeah.
Division.
Why?
My name is Yusuke Kitagawa.
Well, because he has the highest attack value,
I'm Madarame
so like
Sensei's
technically
pupil,
speaking,
and I'm
he should
being
be the
allowed residence
strongest
at his place.
as far as
I'm
like physical
striving to
attack
become
goes.
an artist.
Because Yusuke and Ryuji are the highest physical attackers.
The one who was on good
Actually,
Okay.
they're
Way
only
to
physical
Japan the other
attackers,
day?
technically. But
Very same.
Yusuke has
know who
more
that is?
power. Like Yusuke's
He
attacks
was
hit harder than
introduced as a
Ryuji's.
super famous Japanese
But
style
Ryuji
artist
learns
who's
charge,
recognized
and so
all
it
over the
basically makes
world.
like Yusuke useless.
Oh.
But we heard
Sad.
that name
Is that
the
why you
other
never
day in
used
the
him?
news.
Yusuke.
I'm
Because
sorry,
charge
Sensei.
is it's
I'll
such
be
a
right
strong
there.
like it's such a strong ability
Hello,
that it
guys,
just
Madarame.
renders like Yusuke useless. And Yusuke's support is not as effective
Madarame
as
Sensei's
Ryuji's
exhibition
support.
will begin at the department store
Because
near the
Ryuji's support
station tomorrow.
ups everybody's
I'll be there to
attack,
help out on opening day.
Oh.
Please come by.
which is
It'd be
much more
great if you
effective
could give me
than
your answer in
Yusuke's
regard to
of
being a
raising
model then.
everybody's accuracy.
I bet you have
Oh,
no
yeah,
interest
hell
in the
no.
fine arts, but I'll give you tickets too.
So it's just not as effective. Like, because
Well
charge
I hope to
charge
see you
is like
there tomorrow.
I'm sure you've seen me. Definitely seen me use it a couple times.
That guy's as
There's
easy to
charge
read
and
as a book.
concentrate, and
You're
so
not planning
what
on
they
going,
do
are
is
ya?
you spend one turn
I
using
think I
charge or
will.
concentrate, and then the second turn you actually
Look at the
use the
time.
move that you want to
I'll see you
use.
later.
Mhm.
But the effects of charge increase the attack power by
Dare he go
2.5.
after Lady Anne.
Oh shit. Yeah. No, it's like
Memorize
yo
that
charging up
face of
this
yours,
specific
Yusuke.
attack, and then it's like
Yeah.
Pokemon. It's like Solar Beam. You gotta absorb the energy and then pop.
Yeah.
Blah
You
blah
got it. You
blah
got it.
blah blah blah.
And so Ryuji does have the highest attack value, but he doesn't learn charge. So in the end, Ryuji's
You became
charge
acquainted with
attacks are
Madarame's
stronger
people
than
by
Yusuke's.
chance? That's a little too convenient. It makes me wonder if you're
Ryuji
even
ends up being
telling
the better
so be
teammate.
it.
Although
What
in
you know
most cases I
most
don't
is
use
your
Ryuji
method.
either.
It's true that
I usually go
Madarame
just-
was
I
an
usually go just
unforgivable
the girls.
criminal
The
worthy of
Goyles
the scorn thrown
who
at
run
him.
away.
He was an adult who
I
cultivated
do
his own
Makoto
game
because
and
Makoto
fortune by
has a
sacrificing the
heal
livelihood
for
of
everybody,
children.
so I use Makoto
But
as my
he'd been
healer
covering his tracks
because I
for
hate the fucking
years.
cat.
How did you
Um,
uncover the truth in such a short span
Like
of time?
Morgana gets way more healing abilities than Makoto, but I'd rather use Makoto because I fucking hate Morgana. Except for when I'm fighting the twins. I will swap them out when I'm fighting the
Fine.
twins because
Let's
Jesus
suppose that
Christ,
people's
if
hearts
I don't
can
need
be
a
changed
dedicated
by
healer.
stealing their treasure,
Uh-oh.
like you've said. If so,
Um,
a different suspicion arises.
So I use Makoto as my
People have
healer.
gone
I
mad or
use
lost
On as my
consciousness, never to
secondary like
recover,
magic
like the
attack
subway accident in
because
April.
On learns concentrate.
Depending on how
which
you
is-
look
which
at
is
it,
the magical
that could be
version of
taken
church.
as a phenomenon
Okay.
for a sudden change of heart too.
And then
Were
so I
you
use
able to
her.
lose as
So
well?
she'll use concentrate burning hell basically constantly is what her whole thing is. And then I put
I
Haru
see.
on my team because Haru learns Heat Riser.
Fine.
And Heat
Let's
Riser
get back
is a
to
support
Madarame's
skill
case.
that only affects
Keep it
one
concise and stick to the facts.
teammate, which kind of sucks, as opposed to like some of the other ones that affect all teammates.
Mhm.
But Heat Riser gives you attack increase, a defense increase, an accuracy increase, and an evasion increase all in one.
Jeez, that's everything. There you go.
Yeah, so it gives you everything all at once. So I do in my turn order, because it usually goes Joker, Makoto, on Haru. So I usually go charge, buffs, concentrate, Heat Riser on Joker, and the start of the second turn is me using my fucking fuck shit up attack.
God's hand.
No, not God's hand.
I just
God's
remember
hand's-
seeing that one a lot.
God hand is really good. It's the best single target physical attack. So it is really good, but Hasutobi. Hasutobi, which is Yoshitsune's special move. Because it hits all targets. It hits them for light damage, which doesn't sound as good as colossal damage. But it hits them for light damage 8 times.
Jesus.
So it hits all targets 8 times with a lot of fucking damage, especially because of the charge effect.
Anyways, can we stop talking about the exams?
Still
It
complicated.
Like it or not,
fucking
I'm gonna come back
it
late
fucking
next
decimates.
week, rather than focus on stuff that's
Actually, I've heard
OP.
there's a stronger move. There's a stronger persona now.
the usual site.
What is
It's one of the DLC ones.
It's
It's
no use.
Izanagi
There ain't any useful
no
info. I'm
no
gonna
Ikari
post it
Pikaro.
less and less too.
I am not
It's one of the ones from
gonna
like the
send
other
this
Persona
one-hit wonder,
games.
okay?
But because of like the
There's
addition
no
of like
point
those
in getting
traits,
antsy, though.
I don't know if you saw me use those or not.
I know. Why don't we
I
go
think
to
you'll
lunch
start to get
somewhere?
them pretty
We
soon
still
here.
have some money left over from the
It's
other
like
day.
personas, like they have their own moves, but they also have
I want
traits,
sushi then,
and so they're kind of
or
like passive
domestic
abilities.
raised eel.
And so a lot of them are just
You
stuff
have
like
that
Frigid
much left.
Bloodline, where like it reduces the
Oh,
cost of
right.
ice skills by
Where are those
50%.
tickets to Madarame
which is
from?
cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, wait, that's
Yeah,
tomorrow.
so
So you have to use as
there's
much
some,
SP.
some
Tell me.
yeah, some of them
Does
are
it
like
love
you
at first
heal
sight
from
with that
ailments
Yusuke
faster.
guy?
Some of them are you inflict ailments
Not like
faster.
that.
So different personas are gonna have different traits, and they added that in this game too. This is not
When I
this
was
wasn't the
watching that
original.
special on
That's new.
TV, his artwork was
So-
pretty nice.
So,
Plus, I've got free
so yeah,
tickets.
so
Besides,
two things that
this could
happened was
also be related to
Yoshitsune
what we
got
heard in
worse
Memphis.
in the sense of like he got way
Madarame,
stronger
was it?
because one of the traits he can learn is called Will of the Sword, which triples the effect of charge and concentrate.
Jesus.
So it just destroys.
That aside,
But
what should I do about the other
apparently,
two
as far as like single target
Wanna go
damage goes,
appreciate some
the
fine arts for
Izanagi
once?
no Akari Pikaro, whatever, I forget
Fine
the name.
arts, huh?
Apparently that one's stronger because
suggest
that
we
one has a
all go
trait called
Appreciating the fine
Country
arts
Maker,
builds character.
which what it
Thought
does
you were
is
gonna
it
say
increase-
Cunt Puncher.
No, it's called like Country Maker.
If ever
And what
I
it
got
does
it,
is it increases your attack and
Settle then.
defense based on how much of the Persona registry you have complete.
Just the
Oh,
phrase going
jeez.
to an art exhibit sounds kind of
So
mature.
depending on how much of
Let's meet
caught
at the
them all you
exhibit
have
entrance
done,
tomorrow.
he gets stronger and stronger.
Jesus.
And so apparently, like, he's really fucking strong, like, when you get him up there.
Okay.
And I currently have my registry at, like, 97%, 96%.
So
I'm
that
missing,
attack
like-
would do like hella damage for you.
That attack would fuck shit up. I don't want to use them just yet, but apparently, like, it would fuck shit up. I'm missing like 4 personas. I'm missing the top tier counselor one, I think. No, I'm missing. So I haven't made a couple of them, but I'm missing Beelzebub, which is a top tier devil Arcana one.
Ooh.
I'm missing the top tier Faith one, which is Maria. I think I did the counselor already, so I'm good there. I'm missing the top tier Hermit, which is Onkiki, which was Futaba, because I forgot to do Futaba. And then I'm missing the top tier Emperor, which is Yusuke, which is Odin. I forgot to make Odin. I'm missing four that are based off Confidant links, and the 5th one I'm using, I don't remember what the requirement to make him is, and I need to look it up because if not, I'm gonna be fucking up. But the last one I'm missing is Satanile,
Satanile?
because you could make Satanile. Do you remember him?
No.
He's the really big one that shot God.
Oh! That was his name. The devil boy. The demon god.
Yeah, he's the really really big one. He gets smaller, but you can fuse him and make him and use him in normal play.
That's cool.
And
Do you have him?
He's pretty.
You don't have him.
Not in this playthrough. Not. I do have him in my other games. Not in this playthrough yet.
Lame.
You have to be in New Game Place to make him, or New Game Plus to make him. Cannot get him in the base game. You have to be in New Game Plus.
Which means.
I don't know.
What?
Which means I'm gonna make him the playthrough that I'm currently in.
Oh.
But he's not available to me right now. I don't know what the prerequisite is, and I need to look it up. But he requires like 5 different personas to make, and they're all like top tier fucking personas.
Well, of course he's a demon dude.
Oh yeah, he's really fucking
really
strong.
good,
He's resistant to everything.
That's
he has no
nuts.
weaknesses. It's better than having no weaknesses because he's resistant to everything. He
So
takes
not
less damage
only
from everything.
no weaknesses, but nothing like it doesn't even hurt him as much. It's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And he has this really dope ability called Victory Cry.
Mhm.
And what it is every time you finish a battle, it restores all of your health and SP.
Dang. That's
At least
awesome.
just the Joker.
Oh, I was like, that'd be cool if it was your whole team.
It would be cool, but it's really cool. It's really nice in like the beginning of the game, because then you can spam like abilities and stuff. Because like the problem with not the problem, but like the one downside to grabbing personas really early in the, like those high level personas really early in the game, is they all have like the super high tier moves, and so they cost a fuck ton.
So you can't like
You
just
can't use them very
casually
often.
like, oh, let me hit you.
Yeah, because like you have like Aggie or whatever for On, for example. Augie costs like 4 SP, and you have like 30. Whereas like Inferno, which is like the final version of that, costs like 34 XP, or 34 SP.
Shit.
So crowded.
Maybe even more actually. I think it's like 48. Like it costs like a fuck ton. So like, it just like you can't use it in the early game unless you have like Victory Cry, which every time you finish the battle, you have all your SP back, so you can just use it again.
When you left us those tickets.
But the traits that I was talking about before also make it better, because a lot of the end game traits, a lot of the traits for like the end game personas are things like reduces fire damage, reduces cost of fire skills by like 75%.
Will Lady Han be alright?
So like it really bumps down that cost.
Something funny.
Sounds really complicated.
Told you not to come out.
It is really complicated, but you learn it with
Are
time.
we really gonna appreciate the fine arts? Can't we
I'm just
go
kind of talking
home?
while you're playing.
No,
But
it's okay.
it's
I'm
some
learning.
of those. You learn as you play. Yeah, it's not like something you need to know right off the bat.
Well, we did come all this way and stuff. Which way are we supposed to start? It's that old man from the other day.
We continue to be truly surprised by your imagination. You have such expansive styles. It's hard to believe that it all stems from one person. Where in the world does all your inspiration come from?
This guy's a bad guy, right?
It is rather difficult to put into words.
Yep,
They
he's the next guy
naturally flow from
the next
within
palace
my
you're going to.
heart, like bubbles rising one after another in the spring.
Great artist
Naturally,
Madarame.
you say.
Can you figure out what the bad stuff he's doing
to
is?
distance oneself from worldly desires such as money and fame.
You'll find out what it is like right here, kind of subtly. So like, look
But
for
it is
context
more
clues.
than enough to pursue true beauty.
A shack.
I see. So the act of emptying one's mind gives rise to inner beauty.
Drugs.
Still, to think we could hear the word shack coming from the great artist Madarame.
You would understand if you saw it.
Shack?
Wasn't the word shack something?
Madarame-san is actually here.
What's a shack? It's a house, but what does it
I'm
mean?
so glad I
The
came on
drugs?
opening day.
Hey, stop pushing!
No?
There's way too many people!
I'm getting crushed.
Anyways, we gotta head for the
Sorry,
exit.
had to pee.
Don't die on us, alright?
No, it's got nothing to do with the shack.
I didn't know there were
Just
so
wait.
many
It'll be a
types of
conversation with
Japanese
An and
art.
Yusuke. And it's very subtle if you can tell.
Concentrates on their own style. However, Sensei creates all this by himself. He's special.
He
There
plagiarizes.
you are, Yusuke.
Sensei,
Ah, the girl from yesterday. Are you enjoying the exhibit?
I don't know how to put it into words, but it's really amazing.
You're sensing something from the artwork. That alone is enough to give us artists satisfaction.
Pretty close, actually.
I hope this becomes a wonderful piece, Yusuke. Well then.
But I feel like you're guessing at this point, rather than actually looking for the clues.
You'd imagine artists would be difficult to approach. But he seems really friendly.
Indeed.
God, having no leg fucking sucks, Lydia.
Oh, this is it! The painting I wanted to see in person.
What was that?
This one?
Said having no legs
I
fucking
guess
sucks.
it's the painter's anger? I'm not sure.
It
but
does
I
not
sense
sound like a
this
fun time, I'm gonna be real.
Strong frustration from it. To
Real too,
think
it's
such
not
a
it's not a fun
thoughtful,
time.
gentlemanly person could
Sorry,
make such a
Jason.
piece.
Nah, it's not your fault. It's the gods'
Something
fault.
wrong?
Oh
Don't
god.
mind me. There are better pieces than this one. Come now. This
God
one.
would have a better sense of humor than that.
Hey!
Ah, that old lady totally elbowed me. Thanks to that, I remember now.
There it is.
Did you catch it? Did you catch the clue?
I didn't. I'm getting some wine in my kitchen. I was half
Oof.
listening.
God damn.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I know you're
They'll-
mad. It's
they'll-
okay.
No, they'll
Like, pay
just flat out
attention.
tell. They'll just flat out tell you when you get to the palace.
Mm.
Can you believe John Baby Eater is beating babies?
What's that from?
It's from a video about Persona 5.
Oh. Beats babies?
No, it's just.
Oh.
Have you heard of Jello Apocalypse?
No.
Oh wow, really? That's.
I'm
I
sorry.
feel like you like that. No, it's fine. I feel like you like that is all.
Jello Apocalypse?
Jello Apocalypse. He does these videos that are called well, he does a bunch of videos, but like the ones I'm talking about, the ones he calls like "This is
Well,
basically
We
something."
get to it.
Okay.
It's about
Where
a
he like
post
he like he,
online.
he just goes and like basically
Here,
just
look at
describes
this.
a show or like a game or whatever he's talking about.
Why'd you leave without me?
But he like sums up what the
You got
games
it
are
all
about and
wrong.
stuff like that. But
We
he
got
does it in like
dragged
a
into this huge crowd
funny kind of
and-
way. He like
Okay.
animates the whole.
Anyways,
animates the whole
you gotta
thing.
look at this
Oh.
too. This
Maybe I have
post
seen it.
might
I don't
be
know.
about
Sounds
Madarame.
familiar.
I'm sure. I feel like you saw the My Hero one.
What's it say?
Mm.
A
I feel like
master
Ben
of
would've like
Japanese
had to show you
arts
the
is
My Hero one.
plagiarizing his pupil's work. Only his
Maybe.
public face is shown on TV.
Either way,
Plagiarizing?
Plagiarizing. That's what I
didn't
said.
think much of it when I first saw it, but hearing Shaq
Yes.
and Madarame
I said that, and
triggered
you're like,
that.
you're guessing. I wasn't guessing.
His treatment of the pupils who live with him is
he is,
harmful.
but like not
He teaches
in
nothing
like
and
the
bosses them
traditional
around.
way of
He
plagiarizing.
treats them inhumanely, as if disciplining a dog.
Abuse on top of plagiarism.
It's not like
huh?
taking people's work and like copying
If this
it.
is real, it'll be a huge.
No,
kind
he's
of like-
taking their work and passing it
I
off as his
wonder
own.
if Kitagawa-kun
Yeah.
posted this.
Yeah.
He's doing
I
it by
mean,
like
he
guilt,
is
kind of like in a
pupil
weird
of
guilt
his.
trip kind of way though.
Who knows?
Because he's taking his own
Honest and all.
students and being like, man, I'm in the
In that
rough
case,
patch. I could really
it's
like.
possible the Madarame
really
we
tight if I
heard
had a
about
quick
in
idea from
Mementos
somebody
is
else.
referring to the same
Hey,
one.
he's emotionally abusing them and
A man
manipulating
like that
them.
doing such a thing?
He's a bitch.
They're all bitches. All
I
these
wonder
bad
if we can
guys
ask that
are not
Shaq
good.
No,
earlier
and
about
so
this.
that's
Oh,
the thing we were talking
actually, we
about.
just
with,
need to
like
talk to
Persona
him in
5
reality.
It's like
And how
Persona
are we
5 is
gonna go
great,
about that?
but
We're gonna explain
it
all,
does
start with
suffer
mementos?
a little bit from like
Besides,
the fact that it's
if
like
we make a
Japanese
move out in the
writing,
open,
and so like
there's
Japanese
the
writing is very
possibility
different
that
from like
Madarame
American
will
writing,
find out.
and
Oh,
so
so-
like they do a
Yeah,
lot of like
Right.
Phantom Themes do a lot of
Hey,
like
What do
questioning
you think
like
about
whether or
Madarame?
not what they're doing
Doesn't
is
he seem
good.
suspicious?
But the people who they go after are so Movie-ville and bad that like it shouldn't be up for discussion.
Mm.
They're like, are what we doing really just? Are we really the good guys? And then, so that's where the baby thing came from. I was like, should we really stop John Baby Eater, the guy who
Oh,
eats babies?
got it. Okay.
It's like, yes, like we should stop John Baby Eater.
Still.
Got it.
Yes,
Got
we should.
it.
This post is legit. Ain't this?
Well, it's the
yeah,
culture
but
thing, you know? It's
Is
like,
it really true?
Yeah, no,
Guys.
it's
By the way,
if you
what did
know
do
that,
about the
then
whole
like
motto
it's
and
fine.
everything?
But like if you don't, then people make fun of it. And
gave me his
it's kind
contact
of
info.
funny.
Got
And
it.
the
Because
address to
it is
Sensei's
like that. Like
atelier.
it just be like that.
He said he lives there, right?
Get a lot more done if they weren't
Perfect
like if the
timing.
characters didn't have to
Let's
like
try going tomorrow.
constantly
We're
like
off to
wibble wobble
Maruane's
about
house
their
right
fucking
after
motives
school.
if they're just or not.
True.
Huh?
But it's also a video
You and
game
Mom
and not
to
real life.
tomorrow?
It is.
You know,
So,
it's for consumption, not living.
of course.
We're just gonna go talk to Kitagawa.
That's why I'm not.
Oh,
That's why
that's what you
no
meant.
one's anyone who's a fan's not really complaining about it. It's just. You're like, yeah, like it is like that.
Yeah,
It'd be like that.
It'd be like that.
You're like, yeah, that's how it be.
Oh man. Hey, so is it every 7 consecutive days that I can feed the plant, or is it just once a week?
I really don't know because I have tried so hard to try to like I've tried really hard to try to like figure it out. But I always like I'm like I always forget. I'm always like, okay, it's Wednesday. Now I'm gonna count up the days till like I can feed this plant again. And then like days will pass and it goes like, you wanna feed the plant? And I'll go like, yes. And I'll be like, what day did I start feeding the plant?
Oh no.
So I really don't know. I would just check every day until it lets you do it again.
Make sure you close up.
Oh, you're gonna learn the charm.
Yeah, yeah.
Learn how to charm people.
But first, I'm gonna take my dog outside. Come on, let's go. Sorry, Stella was about to pee on the floor again, but I caught her. I just had to take her down real quick. Ew. She likes to bite. She's sassy, like her mama. Ooh, careful of mommy's wine.
Oh shit, it's Ben.
I did say that. I did tell Ben this morning, I'm like, don't let me stay up late again playing Persona. And he said, okay. Here we are.
You know the funny thing is, I woke up today thinking to myself, I gotta let Olivia not stay up too late playing Persona.
Dude.
I
Okay.
woke up today like I have 100% committed to this, and I am not unhappy about it. But like Olivia and I are in this for the long run together, and I was like, we're in this together for the long run. But I was like, but I was also like, I want to go to bed at a normal time.
Did you close the gate? Well, no, you can't do that. See, because I'm staying up late now.
I know, and that's why, so I'm here with you.
You're on this
but,
journey
like,
with me, yeah.
I'm on the journey with you, but I'm just like, what I want to know is why you guys eat dinner so fucking late.
You know, you're not the first person to ever ask us that.
You're like, yeah, let's after dinner, and I'm like,
Any ideas?
It's that's gonna be like 10 p.m.
That's exactly what I said. I was like, dude, it's gonna be like 10 p.m. when it's dinner time. I can't.
I got on at 9:30 tonight. No, cause listen, I'll tell you why.
Yeah, you tell me why. Go ahead.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
I'm holding on. Go ahead.
Jason's asking why we eat dinner so late. he just gestured to me angrily and then threw himself down on the couch. I was gonna say, why do we eat dinner so late? It's just our schedule. So we end up having, I don't eat breakfast ever. I drink coffee until about like 1 or 2 p.m. when we have lunch. And because we eat so late, then we don't want our dinner at a normal dinner time. And then we also like, I'm never hungry because I like when I eat lunch, we usually have big lunches because I'm not eating breakfast. I usually I make so yesterday I made like a big sandwich with a bunch of like pop chips and I was really full. And so when like 5 p.m. rolls around, 6 p.m. rolls around, I'm like, I'm not hungry. So let's go do something else. We will take the dog for a walk and that usually takes about like an hour. And then we come back from our walk or from whatever we're doing and I'm like, well, I don't want to go straight to the kitchen and start cooking. So let me sit down for a minute and like check on my video games or like let me look at this thing real quick. And then before you know it, like an hour has passed and then it's like 8 and you're like, oh, I should cook dinner. And then I'm not the fastest cook. Like I like to cook, but I'm not fast at it. So then I cook and it takes like an hour and then we eat and we usually watch like some TV while we eat. And that's why it takes another 30 minutes to eat. Maybe we watch another episode after that. By that time it's 10 p.m. and we're done. So that's why we eat dinner so late.
That's wild. I think part of it is because even if you don't eat breakfast, you're still under like a 3-meal like system from what it seems like.
Well, we eat 2 big meals a day, and then I have after dinner.
You
dinner.
don't eat breakfast, so like
no.
But like Ben eats breakfast.
Ben eats breakfast sometimes. It's like I'll make him breakfast sandwiches, or like he'll eat leftovers from whatever we had for dinner the night before.
Gotcha. See, I eat brunch.
Brunch works.
At like 11 or 12.
Yeah. I hear you.
And then I eat dinner at like 6 or 7.
6 is early.
6 or 7, and then that's it. That's it. If I stay up super late, then sometimes I'll have like a midnight snack.
Well, that's what I just did right now. I had a cookie and an orange and an apple. I share some apple with Stella, though. She really likes apples.
Sometimes I'll have like a sandwich, but like that's only if I stay up super late. Because I try to, my general rule of thumb is I like to be in bed before 2:30.
That's good. But nothing good ever happens after 2, you know?
Well, even if I like stay awake super like late after that, because I'm watching videos or reading something, like it'd be like that. But like I try to at least be in bed by 2:30.
Or you're threatening to send me Pigman pictures. Yeah, I know.
I really want to send you those, but like
please don't.
I will. But I feel bad because like you seem to be actually like upset. Like
I don't like it. You know, like how you don't like the NTD, NTR.
DDR. You're right.
Yeah.
DDR.
Yeah.
Phantom thieves going by train.
I hate DDR.
This ain't any different from how I get home from school, you know.
Can Ben hear me right now?
Fastest way to go.
No, you through my
we can
the
bring pets
headset.
on here.
Do you want me to put you through the TV? I can.
I don't know. I heard him chuckle loudly, so I thought maybe he could hear me.
Quiet down, Ben.
Well, I wanted to confess
I'm just
something
joking.
to him. I wanted to confess something
Here,
to him.
why don't you talk to him for a second? Here, I'm pass you over.
No.
Is that your pet, mister? I heard it meowing.
Hello.
Hi, Ben.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing much. How are you?
Pretty good.
I see its head popping out of your bag.
It's
How's WoW?
Huh?
You heard her.
How's WoW?
Press up.
How was WoW? It was cool. DJ got stoked because we got some really rare drop thingy.
Nice.
So
Tell Olivia to button mash. Tell Olivia to button mash. Tell Olivia
He
to button
says
mash.
button mash.
Tell her that line used. Tell her that that part used to not be voiced.
That part used to not be voiced, apparently. You didn't hear the voice because it's going through my head. You should put the game sound through the headset. Or through the TV, sorry. Okay. I'm sending you back.
Oh, this is our stop.
I didn't get to confess my thing.
Yeah, confess your thing.
Okay, I was gonna tell you that when you talk about your job, I think it's fantastic and it makes me happy that you get so stoked to talk about your job.
Doesn't
But
look
sometimes
like
I'm
there
just
are
not
any
listening.
stations close by to that address.
That's
If
okay.
anything, this is the closest station.
I expect that.
What? We gotta walk the rest of the
Sometimes
way?
it's not even because what you're saying is not interesting. It's just because the way my mind works, I just start thinking about other stuff.
It's
I
supposedly
feel
a
bad
shop,
because I
Like-
talked to Olivia about
this
it
is the
and she...
neighborhood he lives in.
No, we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
She just doesn't
Looks
get
like
it.
the fastest route is to get to
She
the
was saying she
station
feels bad that
square
she doesn't
and
get
then go
it.
to Central Street. Let's move.
It just sucks because I can't like talk about that stuff to anybody the way I want to, because you know if I'm talking to actual work people, I have to be like, you know,
Professional.
yeah, and
I
also
don't know.
and they know everything I'm talking about anyway, so it's not like, you know, I like to explain stuff to people like that don't know it. specifically.
I like to listen. It's just my own like downfall is that sometimes I just start thinking about other shit. It's like that shit with it's like in Scrubs, like very very early episodes of Scrubs where like where he's telling Turk that like Turk's not in the moment. And it's like Todd is in the moment. And it cuts over to Todd and he's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
singing in his head.
Yeah, when he got first surgeon or whatever, rated #1, and he was #4.
It's like that.
You know they have a podcast that they do now?
Do they?
Yeah, it's called Fake Doctors, Real Friends, or something like that.
Hmm.
You should listen to it.
I have like a ton of fucking things I've been getting into recently. Getting into a lot of Michael Reeves. I really like Michael Reeves. I love his videos. He's great. I showed you like that this is basically videos, right? Like Jello Apocalypse.
I don't know if it based on the title.
It's a guy who does like little animated clips, of, like where he sums up like the shows and stuff. All funny like.
I don't. It doesn't sound familiar.
It's hilarious. I'm sure if you saw the video, you. Oh yeah.
What's that? Where does she go right now?
Tell her she needs to go up to Station Square.
Up to Station Square.
Macy, your phone on you real quick.
I do have my phone on me.
I'll send you a link real quick. I'm sure if you look at the thumbnail, you'll probably like it.
And the other thing is, luckily, I don't explain shit about my job to you all that much, even. Because most of the time, I'm doing it to Olivia, so thank her.
I was like, you used to do it a lot. I don't. The thing is, I don't mind. It's not a matter of like, Ben's talking about his job again. I think it's great. Like, I love hearing about your job. It's just sometimes like, just the way my mind works, I end up thinking about other shit.
Okay. I've never seen this before in my life.
Are you serious? Watch it with Olivia real quick before you finish it. Watch it with Olivia.
One day Deku meets his idol All Might. He's like, they can't hit this hand, he'll give his superpower. And he inherits All Might's quirk, but it's so powerful that it nearly makes him explode every time he uses it. And All Might and Small Might overcome the hurdles to get Deku admitted to the #1 hero academy? They sure can, and it'll be so awesome that you won't even notice how it makes absolutely no sense the rest of his classmates pass the exam with their totally irrelevant powers. Well, Miss Motherbrain, I'm afraid we can't pass. After all, you didn't destroy a single robot.
You can't prove I wasn't the one killing all those robots.
Shit, you're right.
That's pretty funny. That's funny.
Cast of characters with such likable designs and personalities. Executive training from Class 1A. Interplanet Janet. Initial D. Slip and slide. Easy make oven. All frogs go to heaven. Gunpowder gelatine. Dynamite with a laser beam. Hot on tape. Not on tape. Tensi. Two birds, one hero. Animal Crossing. But how these things always get so tangled? That's rough, buddy. Oh, no. Soda, OJ, purple stuff, and two kinds of Sunny D. Now time to introduce Class 1B.
That's funny.
The time the League of Villains shows up, and the time the League of Villains shows up. Can they defeat dastardly villains like Bad Touch Man and this girl who looks like she's on the verge of climaxing? Imagine the raw excitement that is. Teenagers decorating their dorm room. Wait. And the unparalleled drama of unpaid internships. Every arc focuses on a different aspect of Hero Society, and how maybe they shouldn't keep giving you away millions of dollars to build these fake cities and training grounds, especially in small kids and children. Say, those two characters shared a single frame of screen time together. Ship them, ship them, ship those, ship everyone. Everyone should kiss everyone, except the one who wants to kiss everyone. He shouldn't kiss anyone. Bad Touch probably also shouldn't kiss anyone.
Shujin Academy.
Pretty chat. Not a lot is actually happening in My Hero Academia.
Perhaps I'll have someone look into it, just in case.
Can't deny how fun it is to imagine your own superhero with their own unique quirk.
Is that it?
We're at the right address. The door plate does say Madarame.
You ring the bell.
Me? The walls won't collapse when I do, will they? No one sneeze or we'll blow this house down, okay?
That's pretty funny.
You really haven't watched that? I could have swore I sent that to you.
Who is it? Sensei is currently...
It's
I thought you weren't streaming anymore.
I'll be right out.
I thought you were doing share play.
People really do
Didn't
live
work.
here.
Takamaki-san.
Share play didn't work.
You two are here as well.
Bummer.
I think it's because my fucking... Remember that problem before with my fucking ISP?
It was like you could join people could join your share play, but you couldn't join other people's or whatever. It's like so.
No, it's like I couldn't share play. I could join other people sometimes.
Oh,
Like sometimes.
yeah, that one.
And it seems like it's not even working now.
That's
Because my internet connection is not fast enough, which is like bullshit because my internet's pretty fast. Either that or just
Not
it's
only
like
is the plagiarism
about traffic
impossible,
since
but
everyone's
abuse,
fucking
he welcomes pupils into his
at
own home.
Yeah.
This is no.
Okay, Olivia's missing the voice acting, so I'm gonna put the headset back on her.
I'm saying it's not true, so it's beyond doubt.
Hi Ben.
I can put
You might be lying about
sound
it.
through the TV so you guys can keep talking.
That is utter rubbish. I had no family when Sensei took me in and raised me into what you see now. If you continue to ridicule the man I owe my life to, you will rue this day.
Look at
You really
Look at my baby.
Yusuke,
It's Yusuke.
what's the matter? I heard you yelling.
These people are slandering you with baseless rumors.
Forgive them, Yusuke. They must have heard some bad rumors and came in worry for their friend's safety.
Understood, Sensei.
Well, even I doubt that a cranky old man like myself could be liked by everyone.
That's not what we meant.
I'm sorry to have butt in on your conversation. However, I do have neighbors around. Won't you please keep it down? Now, if you'll excuse me.
He's almost too nice.
That was discourteous of me.
The Madarame.
I'm sorry.
He's a humble artist
I know.
who
I
doesn't
think
need
you'll
much.
be able
He
to
lives in a
believe
shack.
in
He
Sensei
doesn't
if you
need
saw
riches.
that painting. It's his maiden work, as well
He's
as
a
his
good
most
boy.
representative piece. It's
He's a
titled
good man.
Sayuri.
He's a good old man.
Is he?
Sayuri?
He's a good old
This
man.
was the painting that inspired me to become an
Is
artist.
Look at that. He even made
So
Sayuri.
beautiful.
That
Did he?
painting's
I
gonna
don't
be
know all
really
this
important.
fine
Don't forget
art
about
stuff, but even I can tell that this is
it.
impressive.
Don't forget how it looks.
Oh
You know,
no.
I felt
The look of
so-
it's
Oh
gonna be
no,
important.
no, I
I
need to
felt
look
the
at it
same
some more.
powerful emotion as when I saw this painting.
She was wearing a red
Don't
shirt,
worry.
and the braid
Don't
was
worry
over
if you didn't,
her left
if you
shoulder.
didn't see it.
Beauty
If you didn't see it now, you'll see it a million more times.
God damn it.
Drawing you will be
God.
part of that pursuit. I implore you, seriously consider my offer. I'm sorry that you took the time.
The main important things about it are the color of her shirt.
It's red.
And the fact that there's a tree behind
There's a cherry blossom tree behind her.
Excuse me then.
Correct. Those are like the two main things.
I thought it was like, how many braids does she have?
No, like you gotta count it out.
What shape was her left eyebrow? I don't know.
How many fucks did she give that day?
Yeah.
Fuck,
Zero.
I don't know. It wasn't,
Zero
it wasn't in the
fucks.
painting. I don't know.
How's the metanav?
Why are you going through my Amazon search history? It's private.
Did you see the guy like protesting, like the Amazon worker?
No, I didn't.
Where he was like we have to send all this important stuff. He's like, only order important stuff, essential items. He was like, ladies, you're fucking like, or he didn't say fucking, he's like, your 8-inch purple dildo isn't essential.
Oh, it so is though. Are you kidding me? During quarantine? It is.
Essential.
It is essential.
It's like they're trying to like, everyone's sort of like, so the amount of like things being shipped went up, and so like they're having to work harder, which is not.
I know. My dad's a UPS driver, so he delivers plenty of Amazon packages. So they're getting like another peak season, like which is normally just Christmas time because everybody sends packages for the holidays for presents, but they're literally expecting something identical to that, which has never happened in the history of these delivery companies. So I very well understand the shipping dilemmas that are happening right now.
Should we come back another time? A building that's related to artists. If we think from there, what would it be?
Can you guess what he thinks about? Oh, they're gonna make you leave. That's stupid.
Why are you going through my history? That's all the way back there. Hey, give that to me. Hold on, Jason. Ben's snooping. Ben is snooping.
He's your fiance. He has that right.
Snooping. No, I know. He has my face ID and the password and everything, but you go snooping, you're not gonna like what you find.
Tell Ben. Ooh, you cheating? No. Tell Ben.
Do you want me to tell Jason what you just found? Do you want me to tell him? Because I'll tell him. If I didn't tell him that that's what I was looking at. A museum. Right? Jason?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, there we are. We're in there.
When did you activate the nav? You
Tell
surprised me.
Ben that you want to play Dark Souls.
Not much of a choice.
Jason wants me to play Dark Souls.
What if I hadn't
Ben just shook his head.
wandered off and got caught by an enemy?
Probably would have figured it out.
But they wear a big hat. The guy has a big witch hat, and it's really stylish, and I like it.
So even you can slip into the metaverse.
Ben said it's scary and hard. You told me it was neither of those things.
I did not say that. First of all, I said it was not scary, but I said it's literally known for being difficult.
Oh, that's true. You did say that.
Is seriously some kind of museum?
And there's no like, you can't like put it on easy. There's no, there's only one difficulty, and it's
That's
kick your
awesome.
ass.
See, if I was like a video game developer, I'd want to make a video game like that where it's like, it's fucking hard. There's no like way to help you. I'm sorry. Just fucking learn the game.
I'm genuinely surprised you've never heard of Dark Souls. Because like, Dark Souls.
I'd heard of it as a video game, but I never played it. And Ben didn't never really play it that much, so I.
Because it's too hard for Ben. Ben would get his ass clapped.
So if like if Achievement Hunter or like those video game people don't play it, and Ben doesn't play it, I generally am not going to be exposed to it. Like I don't go seeking those kinds of things. Oh no, that's a lie. My best friend, my maid of honor, actually, she's the one who would like try to get me into like early 2000s. Like she tried to get me to play like Devil May Cry playing like Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that. And she was like the hardcore gamer. Morgan. You know Morgan. She plays like
Dark Souls.
She's played Dark Souls. I think she's beaten Dark Souls.
It is iconic because it's annoying nowadays, but like it's iconic because when reviewers, like when people go to review games, you know, when they review a game and the game is difficult,
they say it's a bad game.
They say no. Like if someone says like it's like when Cuphead came out. Cuphead's what, like a 2D platform, a 2D like shooter, right?
Right. I love
And
Cuphead.
so when Cuphead came out, people would call it the Dark Souls of 2D shooters.
What?
Because they use Dark Souls as a measurement of difficulty. Is how
that's
iconic
funny.
Dark Souls became
I get
to
it.
be. People would play like action games or something. And they'd be like, this is the Dark Souls of the action games.
So it was really well known.
That is how iconic Dark Souls became, because it was known specifically for its difficulty.
It's crazy. Okay, up here?
Dark
up here?
Souls. Well, if you hold L2, use your third eye, you'll see little like exclamation points.
Yeah, I forgot about
and those
that.
will show you where you can jump and stuff like that.
Let's go, bitch.
You can also use those to look for grappling points, so it's important to remember to do that every once in a while. I don't know if you saw me, like I would do it every time I hit like corridors, because I would look for things like glowy yellow, because those treasures can be sold for money.
Right, I took a bunch of those for the last palace, I remember. Dude, go for it.
Dark Souls had 4 games. It had Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and then it had Bloodborne.
Oh. Okay. I don't remember, but we got these headphones from you before we moved. We didn't get them after we moved here. Remember we got them at the Best Buy in Santa Ana? No, these ones that I'm wearing.
Oh.
Oh. I don't know. Yeah, you're saying it might be in the PlayStation box. It would be in the garage in your box of things or something like that. Or up in the closet. Your closet. No, it's just, I don't know where that would be. It's frustrating me because usually I'm like, oh, your thing is in this box or it's in this box. Right. I had an orange and an apple I shared with Stella. And a granola bar. And a cookie. I've been snacking. Oh, we have pizza! I forgot we had pizza.
Focus.
Have it for breakfast. Bitch. Look at me yeet across these stones. This is fantastic.
I'm trying to think, like, Dark Souls is scary or not. Like,
it's what?
If it's scary or not, like.
Okay.
What would you define as scary? Like.
I mean, like, is it something like if I played like alone, which is usually when I play video games, like would I like get freaked out or like afraid? Or like with something, if something would happen, like a jump scare, or like if it's like really grotesque, like I can handle like Resident Evil like grossness, like that's fine. But Resident Evil also has those kind of jump scares sometimes, but it's very few jump scares, and they're usually like really well timed and like supposed to be in the story. So like I can handle those and the more grotesque stuff, but like I mean like scary like.
Okay, so Dark Souls isn't grotesque at all.
Okay.
It's like the theme of Dark Souls is like knights and dragons and kind of like that, like fantasy.
Hey.
There are a couple of like weird kind of gross amalgamations, but I wouldn't call them like. They're not like grotesque. I wouldn't call it. I'm trying to think of like, because Dark Souls 3 is probably the one to play. I'm trying to think of like anything that was weird in Dark Souls 3. The first boss was. Whatever Boreal Valley's boss was.
Should I fight this guy?
Can't get down there. You have to go to the window, sneak down into in the actual museum. Can't actually go down there.
Oh.
Yeah, I would like, cause the thing is, like, Dark Souls isn't like, it's not a horror game. Like, it's not a scary game. Nowhere in the tags for the genre is it, like, set it to be a horror game.
Oh.
It does have like, just cause like that's how the game plays. Like, it does have like a couple of jump scares, not in the sense of like, here's a jump scare. It's more of just like enemies will like kind of like bust out of a box here and there, and you're like, oh shit. Oh no.
So I don't know. My heart is weak. I would cry.
I don't know. It's not that bad. It's not nearly as bad as like Bloodborne.
No?
Bloodborne is made by the same people, and Bloodborne is much more like designed to be like a scary kind of thing. It's essentially the same as Dark Souls, but like Dark Souls is done in like a fantasy, like swords, shields, and magic kind of like thing, whereas Bloodborne is done in like a Victorian era, like gothic horror kind of like thing.
Got it. That's pretty cool.
Bloodborne is my favorite.
Is it?
But Bloodborne is also objectively harder than Dark Souls. Because in Dark Souls, like, as hard as Dark Souls is, you have the handicap of like, if you want to, you can hide behind your shield.
Oh. That's a handicap?
Well, yeah, you can hide behind your shield, and your shield like absorbs like all the damage. But in Bloodborne, there's no shields, and so you have to get real good at like dodging attacks. Because like there is no like shields. It's just you dodging attacks and shit. And so like it's a lot. The pace for Bloodborne is like just so much faster than it is for Dark Souls.
Well, I mean, if it's a difference in pace, that's like not necessarily like a bad thing, you know?
Yeah, but Bloodborne's also like a lot scarier, and it's also actually it does have like weird, grotesque monsters. Especially the eyeball pigs. Especially the eyeball pigs.
Nope.
Hey, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Madarame's
I wouldn't
famous for
recommend
having a
Bloodborne, but
variety
Dark
of
Souls
art
is.
styles. But all the portraits on display here look the same. This is way
It
different from what
it
was
would
at the-
depend what you call grotesque. I think like.
Ain't this that guy we saw in Mementos?
There's a couple of things that are like
the one
kind
who
of
was shit
gross,
talking
but like
Madarame?
I wouldn't call them grotesque at all.
So then, I mean like overly gratuitous grotesque, you know?
Why is there a painting of
Now,
him
in
here?
Dark Souls, nah. Like the grossest thing in Dark Souls, at least 3, is like.
Doesn't art
There's like a
usually
weird,
have,
there's like a
like,
weird big
the
tree that
title
has
of
like
the
arms. It
piece
looks kind of
or
gross,
the
but like
artist's name?
that's about it.
Oh,
This is
that's
quite
not
the
that bad.
mystery. All right, let's keep looking around for now.
Bloodborne has some really weird ones. Bloodborne has like the Omnidalas are fucking creepy as fuck. They're just like giant, like stick figure body kind of like dudes. They have like 8 arms, and like they have stick figure like real thin like 8 arms. They have these really weird like eyeball filled heads.
Ew.
That's Bloodborne.
I don't like that. One
And
bit.
those are like they're like all over the place.
I don't
There's a lot
like
of
that.
eyeballs in that game.
That's the stuff I don't like. And no thank you.
There's a lot of stuff
isn't
with
this a
lots of
painting of
eyeballs in
that
that
guy?
game.
Yeah, no thank you.
It says Yusuke Kitagawa. There's no mistaking it.
Dark Souls is mainly like
Wait, what do you think
knights.
these
Like the
paintings
bosses you fight are
are?
usually like just big knights and stuff.
I think you're right.
I think the most
For real?
grotesque
All of them?
Dark Souls
But
that I can
it was
think
only
of
Yusuke
is,
when we
like,
went to his
the,
place before.
The big
This must include
rats.
former people
They're
as
really big
well.
rats.
Only one remains now.
They're not like
Taking into
grotesque. They're
account
just
what
No,
they're
but
just
it's
really
just
big
gross,
rats.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah, they're just
let's
big
keep
rats.
investigating. We need
Well.
something to further confirm our deductions.
Luckily, you don't see them very often. Like,
Well, that's good. Thanks. Can deal with
so
gross.
let me flip through the bosses of Dark Souls 3 real quick. Udex Gundur, yeah, it's just a big knight. Bort of the Boreal Valley is just like a big knight too. Curse Rotten Greatwood, I think is the only one that's kind of gross. But it's just kind of like a big tree with like legs and arms.
Cursed rotten.
Curse Rotten Greatwood.
Is he like a
That was an
rotted
option.
tree? Like a dead tree?
Yeah.
Must be
It's
something
also an
good
optional
inside.
boss too, so item.
A chest.
Crystal Sage, that's where I got the hat. Crystal Sage is like a big flying wizard thing. The Abyss Watchers are knights. The Deacons of the Deep are just a bunch of priests. High Lord Wolnir is just a really big skeleton.
That's cool.
It's a really big skeleton. The Old Demon King is just like a big demon. Point of Soloran is a big knight. Yorm the Giant is a really big knight. Giant knight, if you will.
Ha ha ha.
Aldrich is just kind of like a knight. Dancer of Boreal Valley is like a smooth criminal.
Ooh.
The worst one to fight too. My
Oh
opinion.
yeah. Nice.
Dragon Slayer armor is just a big knight. Osirios the Consumed King. Kinda gross, but he's not really like grotesque. He looks kind of like he looks like a hairless werewolf.
Ooh. But I mean, like, no, you know what I'm talking about, like grotesque, like.
Yeah,
like,
that's why I'm double checking.
No, thanks. But
Champion Gunder is just a big knight. Lothric is just Lothric's me. Wait, is he me? No, he's not me. I'm thinking of Lothrim. Lothrim and Lothric are like a boss fight. And Lothric is like a big knight, this flaming sword, and Lothrim is like a little like weak kid with no legs.
Ooh.
And he just like hangs out on top. He just holds on to Lothric.
Hey.
He just like wraps around his arms.
Yeah. Ben wants you to fight him on Smash online.
I really don't want to.
He said he really doesn't want to. He has the thing open and everything. No Smash Bros?
I'd have to like cut this.
Joker.
He's sighing a lot.
Tell him I'll play like 1 or 2 matches. Like I don't want to get beat by him. Ben surpassed me by like miles.
He said 1 or 2 games because he doesn't want to get continuously beat by you. You surpassed him miles. Something. I lost it after that. I don't.
Surpassed me by miles.
Joker.
Oh, what am I supposed to do? What happened?
Go back to the Infinite Spring.
The Infinite Spring?
The big little statue.
Statue?
Look at this. The Infinite Spring? A conglomerate work of art that the great director Madarame created with
Ben, go
his
easy
own
on Jason.
funds.
Let him win one.
These individuals must offer their ideas to the director for the rest of their lives.
Well, let's say you won't know.
Do so have no
So.
worth living?
You think I can't tell when Ben's like not
This
trying?
is most likely about the
I think after
plagiarism,
6
right?
years of playing video games with Ben, I can tell when I can't tell he's not trying.
In other words, his pupils are his property. He doesn't even qualify as an artist if this is true. He's stealing the ideas from talented students in exchange for securing their livelihood. I wondered about those portraits on display. They must all be his pupils
What?
through his cognition. This even says that they have no worth.
Just have fun with it. It's not about winning. It's about having fun.
You say that, but you were just talking about how Ben gets like furiously angry at this game.
But that's when he's playing against people he doesn't know online. That's not like when he's playing with friends.
That just means he can insult me directly.
He did say
I
that
won't
he
let
owes
him. I'm
Madarame
talking
his
to you.
life for being taken in.
He'd have to yell really loud. Jason says you're gonna be mean to him.
I praised one of the pieces on display.
I don't know.
Kitagawa-kun acted
What's the password?
strange.
What's the
Maybe
password?
That piece was plagiarized too.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's the call? Ain't this enough to target Madarame?
He plays DDD too. Like,
don't play DDD.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to get pissed right now.
Don't play DDD.
No, he's
He
gonna play.
specifically just asked for DDD.
He has to play DDD.
No.
Play
Play me brawler.
Because if he doesn't play DDD, like he's not playing his best, and so like that'll upset me that he's trying to go easy.
I picked another character for you to fight against that he's pretty good at.
Oh.
I might be able to get the truth out of him if I accept his modeling.
Yes, you are. Or is it the gunner?
Pick DDD, it's fine. Of course he picks the gunner.
Come with me, okay?
Don't tell him to fucking pick DDD.
He says to pick DDD.
Wow, this might be tougher than Yamashita.
I know, I was trying to help him and now he's mad.
Until we get confirmation from Yusuke. This is our first mission as real Phantom Thieves.
I don't know.
We're gonna succeed no matter what.
Hold on. The dog's looking suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
God, I haven't played Smash in months. I'm excited.
Well, if you want to feel better after losing to Ben right now, you can always play against me.
No,
It's always a
where's
fun.
the fun of that?
That was rude.
It's bad for both people. Like you know it. Like it's just a fact. Like.
Ow.
I'm not saying it to be mean. Like, do you want me to just go in there and beat you?
I know you're not saying it. I know you're not saying it to be
Summertime
mean.
Sadness if Isabella could.
Yeah, that's funny. Like when you do that. You don't have to say those things though. They're a little hurtful.
Oh, look at him with the grass. Yeah, he's getting real good. Look at him. What a baller.
Should I pass the headset back over?
No, you're good. Oh, how'd that still hit me?
Morgana keeps sending me to bed, and I have things to do. I have to go work at the beef bowl shop. I did. I work at the beef bowl shop. And Morgana is just like, go to bed, bitch.
Hey, it's me. I just can't forgive Madarame, but what On said made me
bullshit.
think. To
It's not
Yusuke,
blocked.
are we just a bunch of thugs?
Who won?
Tell him to fucking start moving.
Jason said something vaguely threatening.
You don't know either, huh? It ain't like he thinks it is. It pisses me off just thinking about it. It makes me sick.
You both get so quiet when you're playing. It's hilarious.
Thanks. Don't tell Ann I called you, by the way. Seriously. Well, see you tomorrow.
Oh, damn. Mustache.
Who won? Uh-oh.
Pink one.
Do you want to fight him playing not dated?
No.
But then you could beat him. It might be fun
Yeah,
for you.
but then it's not as exciting for me, is it?
It can be just as exciting. You have to just
Like
stoop back down. No, you're going
like,
about
it's
this all
like-
wrong, dude. You're going
it's
about this
like-
all
it's
wrong.
like- it's like- yeah, listen,
Stop.
listen. Listen, real quick,
Wait, no,
real
hey,
quick.
real quick. No, listen.
Okay, do yours first. and
Listen,
then
no,
I'll
you
do
just have to listen.
Alright, do yours first.
Listen.
man.
Listen.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Quiet down. It's that
Hey,
student
listen.
council president.
I'm listening.
Okay, Jason, look. What's happening is he's good with King DDD. Okay?
I know he's good at King DDD.
Okay,
But-
shut
but-
up.
but-
Hey,
She made it,
fuck. Listen.
Suck if she notices.
Listen.
Come on, let's split up.
He's good with DDD.
Okay.
So you need to take it a step down. And then fight against one that isn't as good as DDD. And that way you can build
We finally landed
your
a big
fighting
target.
skills.
Come on,
But
let's get
if
some
you just
dirt
keep
on
getting knocked
Madarame.
down by the same person who's like way above you, you're never gonna
Ron's late.
get back to that level. You have to start with
Sorry.
someone smaller.
I was thinking about some things and didn't notice
Okay.
how much time had passed.
You're welcome.
The problem is Joker
Don't
has
you think Kitagawa-kun
just a
has to
straight
be
disadvantage
protecting
against
Madarame?
DP.
So then
I mean,
play
we
a
lived
different
together,
character.
So he'd have to be aware of Madarame's true nature. The only reason I can think of him doing that is that Madarame has something on him.
Yeah, that's weird. But that's why we're going to check it out, right? You ready to be a model?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
nice.
prepared.
What do you mean prepared?
Now, what I was gonna say before is it's like Apex. Like,
Something
the
seemed
thrill
different
doesn't come
about
from
her
like,
to you.
oh, I beat him with an easy character. Like, the thrill comes from like the fact that I beat him with like the best he's got.
You're thinking about it the wrong way though. Cause listen, like you can't think of it like, oh, I'm beating him, but he's playing an easier character. You have to think of it like, I'm advancing my skill level with something I can actually manage and handle, so that way I can get even better and defeat him at his max.
Seemed really happy when I agreed to be his model. Once he
Take
finishes
your pride
drawing
out
and
of
gets
it,
a little
man.
friendlier,
Just
we should
like,
bring up
Pride's on the line.
Madarame.
no,
The
your
other
pride
problem
is not on the line. It's Smash Bros.
The other issue is I'm a generalist. Like, I've said this a million times. Like, my skill level doesn't get higher than a certain point. Like, I pick up on things quick, but like I hit a cap.
Keep an eye on you, so don't try anything perverted.
I'm not expert level at anything.
Stop making such odd assumptions.
I don't find that
Absolutely no
If Ben wanted to, 100%, if Ben wanted to, he could get just leaps and bounds better at me at like things like Destiny or like Apex, if he wanted to. He just chooses not to. I learn quick and I can hit like decent skill pretty quick, but like I cap out very quickly.
But that puts you at the advantage to most people because most people don't want to put in the work.
You're not wrong, but like the thing is, like with Smash, eventually, like if you put enough time to it, I'm gonna lose every time because Ben is just getting really good, which is good. It's great. But at this point, like I'm gonna lose every time. Because Ben just did put in the work, got past that point that like I can't get past.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, he's smart.
Supposed to know this was gonna happen.
He's smart.
Wait till he's done.
But that's the
Part
thing
of it's
about
also, like,
geniuses
part
is
of
that
it's
they don't
also,
want to
like,
put
my
in the
hands.
work.
The other part of it is I'm physically like becoming less able to do things. So if you
Don't say that.
like my hands cramp up and like they just aren't as like reactive as they used to be. I'm so much worse at Destiny than I used to be, like back in like D1 time.
So I'm going to scout around a bit.
Is there any like physical therapy like workouts you can do for them?
Oh, that was a nice hit.
It's weird how flashy that door is.
Not really, because
Is
it's
that a
not
lock?
like it's
A
just
door
it's
with
just
a
one of those
hefty
things.
lock.
Like, practice is part of it. I'm out of practice for a lot of things, so like there is a factor of practice, but like some of it's just like my own physical like ability is deteriorating.
It's no good.
Which is fine. Like I still play at a decent enough level to where I can keep up with Ben. I'm losing every time, but I'm keeping up with him. We both are down to our final lives on that one.
Not at all.
Or like with Destiny, like
I'm having trouble.
or like with Destiny, like I can get flawless still. I still have the ability, like I still have the skill level to achieve a flawless.
Hell no! How
But
many
like
hours do you think you made us wait?
I can tell that it's a lot more difficult than it used to be.
I'm sorry. We
can
had
tell?
another reason for seeing you today.
I can feel it in my
We
bones.
need to talk
You can
to
feel it in your bones, can't you?
It's about those
Oh, you never
rumors
played Monster Hunter.
regarding your
You wouldn't get that
sensei.
one.
Sorry.
This again.
That's fine.
That
It's
painting
fine.
I
I'm
saw at
I'm
the
bitching.
exhibit. You're the one who actually
I'm here to
painted
listen.
it, right?
Ben just like Ben is good. Ben, if he puts practice into things, Ben can get really good at them. And
Seriously messed up.
it's tight, but it's also infuriating that he
That's why
like
he doesn't give a damn whether
sometimes
he
what you
steals
want
their
him to
work
get good
and
at is not
physically
what he
beats
wants to get good
I'll
at,
make
so
this
you're kind
clear.
of stuck.
There's no point in hiding stuff from
Very
us.
true.
Like, oh, I wish Ben was good at it like this. And nope.
You couldn't
Or
go
put more
against
effort
her,
into
could
that.
I'm
You know,
sure we
people,
can help
that's
you
just
out,
people
though.
though. That's just...
Stop it. It's just as you all say. We're our sensei's artwork. Don't misunderstand me, though. I offered my ideas to him myself. As such, it can't be called plagiarism. Sensei is simply suffering from artist's block right now.
God.
Dude, still.
Kitagawa-kun.
Then why are you sticking around?
How does that move
All
take
his
priority?
other pupils ran away. Aren't you the only one left?
What's wrong with a pupil helping out his master? There are no victims here. Stop pushing your self-centered righteousness on
Yusuke,
me.
no.
It's the nude thing. They make it the nude thing. Yusuke's being hella weird.
No, he's being
I'm
like
supporting
sad.
Sensei as his pupil.
I
Where's the
thought it was
wrong
the
in
fucking
that?
thing where Yusuke's being hella weird.
Don't ever come here again.
It's making me sad.
If you do, I'll sue you for causing a
Making
disturbance.
some Yusuke's?
Hold it! We're not done talking here!
They're
When you
asking him
leave
if,
here,
like,
no choice.
the guy's stealing his artwork, and he's
Hey.
like, you don't
I'm
understand.
reporting you to the police.
Now he's reporting us to the police.
I asked Takamaki-san to be my model today, but I don't
There he
recall
is. Now
ever
he's reporting
calling
to
you
police.
two here.
What the F, man?
Ryuji, stop it! Calm down, okay?
Damn it!
I won't report you, but only under one condition.
What's that?
I want you to continue being my model, Takamaki-san.
But you said that it wasn't working out today.
That's because I was unconsciously being modest for your sake. However, I have nothing to worry about anymore. If you're willing to bear everything to me, I will put my heart and soul into creating the best nude
Yusuke.
painting ever.
What?
Nude?
To think I'd be able to create a nude painting with my most ideal model. Of course, you two won't be allowed in, and I ask that you forget about our discussion today as well. If I don't submit a new piece to Sensei soon, there will be some inconveniences.
Nude? Meaning it'll be without any clothes, right? Why are things suddenly escalating like that?
Because those are my terms.
But that's...
Wait, ain't that bad?
Sensei is out during the afternoon while the art exhibit is on, so I can use this place freely. I should buy more art supplies.
They're kids.
Will you give me a second
They
here?
can't paint each other naked.
Of course. I'm willing to wait. I'll make time
Yeah, for art.
according to your plans.
No,
Please
they're
come before the
kids.
exhibit ends.
It's illegal.
No, that's not what I mean!
I've
Why
just
are you
done
not
that, Mom.
listening?
Sensei will be returning home soon. We're done for today. Takamaki-san, I'll be waiting for you to contact me.
No, no, no! We are not done talking here!
Hey, what should we do? Yeah, damn it. You got us good this time.
Don't give up so easily!
Ooh.
And use the
Is
fucking
she
character.
done being a
Fucking
model?
What character are you playing?
That-
Oh, Luigi. No, he plays Luigi a lot.
He's totally out of his mind! I'm gonna have to pose nude if this keeps up!
How dare that Yusuke?
I can coach you if you want.
way
I
he
coach
said
Ben,
It's not gonna be
and he gets
full
good
on.
that way. Ben, tell him the way you got really good at Smash Bros. Was my coaching for you, right?
Lady Ann's
Yeah.
gonna...
Drop it!
You know, you won't have to worry about that if we
I
make
know,
Madarame
you fucked up
confess
that up.
before the
You
exhibit
should have
ends.
sidestepped there. You should have dodged there. Yeah.
Kitagawa-kun thinks he owes his life to him. Is there a need to make Madarame confess?
Then, Lady Ann, you're fine with bearing it all?
I am
Oh
not!
wow, that's impressive.
Madarame's no different from Kamoshida. That asshole's using Yusuke who doesn't have parents. You're telling me we should just ignore how he's being treated horribly like the other pupils?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Back it up.
It
Yusuke's
is
an orphan.
frustrating to leave
Oh
this
my
alone,
god.
even if Kitagawa-kun is fine with it himself.
Oh.
You can't leave it be because you've endured a lot yourself with Kamoshida.
Yeah.
Anyways, we gotta go after this guy. Madarame's the kind of target we've been waiting for. Let's help Yusuke come to his senses too. Before he ends up like us.
Right.
God,
We need to look into Madarame first.
they just
There
been
might be tons
spamming
more
the
stuff
shit
that
out of
hasn't been
fucking Luigi's
exposed
grab.
yet, too.
It may become easier for us to investigate
Don't
his
grab
palace
too
if
much.
he's preoccupied with his exhibit.
Also, there's the thing about
So what do you do when
remodeling.
someone spams their grab?
Kitagawa-kun
Keep
said
your
there'd be
distance.
Yep.
inconveniences
There you go.
unless he submits a new piece. Maybe that's
Just
going
react
to
to their
be announced
tactics.
soon as Madarame's next work.
I mean, I'm well aware. Like,
So then why are you
just,
complaining?
I'm not. I'm making a comment. That wasn't a complaint. It was just a comment.
Sounded kind of whiny.
It's also like the tactic for Luigi is just to spam the grab. Like that's the play.
No way! Hell no!
We must deal with Madarame, no matter what, before his exhibit ends.
Let's start after school tomorrow. Oh, it'll be a pain if Miss President finds us on the rooftop again, so...
Miss President.
Where to meet up? Let's see... I guess that walkway-like place in Shibuya would work. It's near Madarame's place, too.
Changing our hideout periodically, huh? That's a plan I don't mind backing.
Shibuya TQ building.
Hey, can I talk to you kids for a sec?
Huh?
From the looks of things, you don't seem like the ordinary stalking fans. Oh, sorry. I should have been more clear. I'm actually looking for people that know Madarame's pupils. There's this painting, Sayuri, that was supposedly stolen in the past. But there's this rumor that it was taken by one of his pupils in retaliation for being
turned on.
abused. Have you heard anything
The
about
lean
that?
too far forward and it turns off when it's a text and it's upside down.
Oh no.
Oh fuck! I wasn't paying attention.
Oh.
That's funny. Oh man, Ben is good. Ben is really good.
I see.
He
There's
says
no
you're really
case
good.
unless there's a victim, and if there's no proof of abuse, I can't write either. Looks like I'm back to square one. Sorry for taking your time.
He says he think he just fell a couple times
I'm
and
a
that's it.
journalist. If you ever get any leads, mind contacting me here?
Doesn't change the fact that he's good or not.
See you then.
I think he's just trying to be nice, Jason.
I guess we should go home for today.
Trying to butter me up for the fact that he's just like clapping my cheeks.
That's
I want to play with him more, even though I really don't want to.
Then don't. He does like playing with you though.
I really want to like play. I really want to like Smash.
You want to smash? You guys are.
So I
playing-
really want to like Smash.
Oh, you want to like it? I get it.
But like, it's one of those games where like, and I've said this a million times. I've said it once, I've said it a million times, but I really hate games that are like just really repetitive. Like I can't play them for very long.
Oh, then this is not the game for you.
Yeah, like I don't dislike them. Like Apex is the same with Apex. Like I love Apex, but I can only play it in like short kind of like bursts.
Right.
Because
No,
I
hear
get
you.
real sick of it real quick.
I hear you.
Talking to him in person if you want specifics.
And so like, fucking Smash requires a time commitment that I don't want to give because I fucking hate having to play that one. God, the fucking graphs. Really is the play with Luigi, man. It's just fucking
Stay
grab a
away.
billion
Then
times.
stay away.
But Luigi has the most ranged grab. Like,
Okay, so
if
your
I-
opponent spams grab, but then they also have good ranged attacks. What do you do?
No, you don't get it.
No, I do get it, Jason. I think I get it a little bit more than
He
you
has
think
range,
I get it.
He has ranged grabs, so the play is to keep distance. But the problem is, Joker is a melee character. He's all based on
All
getting
close range. I know. So what do you do if you're at the disadvantage and your opponent, their grab goes really far out? What do you do?
Beat the shit out of him.
He can grab through a shield. So what do you do? You gotta think.
The only thing I do, dodge. Like that's all I do.
Ben, what would you do? My god, you both are just so eloquent.
I couldn't fuck with Futaba voice the voice like that sucks. I need to play a more aggressive role if I want to beat him, but like I don't think I have a skill level for that.
You do. Gotta be confident.
Hey,
They won't let me out of this fucking cafe. I need to go to my job.
If you go to Mementos, you cannot go out afterwards.
Oh, really?
If you go to the Metaverse Palace or Mementos or whatever it is, you cannot go out afterwards. It used to be you go straight to bed, but now you can
Go
do
to the
stuff
house.
in the cafe. Yeah, you can do stuff around the house.
nice.
So
then
one
should
of the pieces of advice I can give, if you want, but this I only give this advice if you're planning on doing a new game plus, is one of the confidants you should level up all the way 100% is the temperance.
Temperance?
Temperance, or the temperance arcana. We like to use things based on the arcana to not give spoilers that way.
Mm.
Ah, fuck. Well, that's it now. He wins. You won't have it yet.
Yeah. So should I read?
Actually,
should I study?
you've seen like most of the things. So the Temperance Arcana is gonna be your teacher.
Yeah.
And her maxed out ability is a thing called Special Massage, where she massages you, and it lets you go out after doing things in the metaverse.
That's awesome. You can basically bypass that whole thing, and then you can level up more stats.
Yep. And so if you're looking to do a second playthrough, then like that's definitely one you should max out before the end of the game. What you should do is just I would up social stats. So knowledge if you want, you can read a book if you're not done with the book. You can clean LeBlanc and up kindness.
Yeah, I'll do that. How do I clean? I go back here and talk to him.
Go to the bathroom.
Where?
The bathroom over next to the stairs up to the attic.
Oh.
Hey.
Thanks.
Well then.
Oh.
When does he stop saying, "Don't break any of my shit"? Because I'm just getting real tired of it.
After Futaba comes around. It's a really sweet, like, kind of like story with a Futaba afterwards, after you do her palace.
That should do it for now.
I definitely hit down B, but whatever.
Hey.
Oh shit, that's true. Oh my god.
Well then.
Yo.
We're about to head to the
Oh my
hideout
God.
too. Who's that?
Excuse me.
That's Nakanohara. Mishima told us to meet him here in Shibuya today.
For real? My name is Nakanohara. Natsuhiko Nakanohara. The one who was posted about on the Phantom Aficionado website.
Oh.
Seems pretty nice. Doesn't seem like the stalker type. I think the change of heart must have worked.
The administrator of that website contacted me. They told me to look for someone in a Shujin uniform with a cat.
So, what do you want?
You may have already heard, there's someone I wish to trigger a change of heart in. An artist by the name of Madarame.
You think this is it? Is the pupil gonna confess his master's secrets?
His shadow did mention Madarame as well.
I'm one of Madarame's former pupils. He gave me lodging at his home, where I thought only about art. I genuinely wanted to be an artist. There was another pupil as well, a very talented man, Multiple years my senior. Obviously, Madarame kept tabs on him. Everything he made was claimed as a Madarame original. He wasn't the only victim, though.
Right. We got some real proof of the plagiarism.
In response to Madarame's actions, that senior pupil committed suicide.
Yikes.
Suicide?
He must have been unable to bear seeing his work praised under Madarame's name. That was when I disobeyed Madarame's orders and left. He quickly pressured other parts of the art world, and my life as a painter was destroyed.
What are you guys doing?
I tried to turn over a new
Is everything
leaf
okay?
working at a ward office, but it was no use. My attachment to art warped my emotions. Soon I began getting attached to everything.
He's not talking much anymore.
I even turned into a stalker.
Helping to pick DDD. Don't stop you, bitch.
I'd like to ask again. Please, make Madarame have a change of
spent
heart.
like
Not only for me,
literal like hours trying to figure out
save
how to
the
beat
life of
Ben
another
as
man
DDD.
as well.
I even set like computers up against each other.
Even now, there's
like
still
what a
one
computer
young
would
man
do.
remaining under
And I set like a
Madarame's
level
tutelage.
9
I
Joker
think he's
to like a
about your
level like
age.
7 DDD.
That has to be you,
And it still lost.
Not
Well, what
only
about
is
a
he
level 9
talented
King
artist,
DDD
he
versus a
also
level
owes
9
Madarame
Joker?
for taking him in
Well, then
at
it
the
definitely
first
lose.
moment.
If it lost to a 7 DDD, it definitely lose to a 9 DDD.
Oh, the DDD was 7. I thought you said the Joker was 7.
No, the DDD lost. The DDD
Whoops.
won.
Well, then that just means Joker's not as good of a character as DDD.
Joker, MK Leo won the fucking Smash tournament with the Joker. Joker's good. The problem is he sucks against DDD because DDD has crazy range for like a tank character. He's crazy range and speed for like a tank type character.
He has a bright future ahead of him. Please consider that when thinking about changing Madarame's
And I just like I
heart.
can't. Oh shit.
Do you think he's like OP?
I don't know. Like I can beat him if I use certain characters, but like the fact that I have to use certain
It
characters
sounds like we
bumps
don't
me
have
out.
the time to deliberate whether or not to change Madarame's
Now
heart.
Ben's just being a bitch. Actually, I'm not used to this character, so I don't know his moveset, so...
Hell yeah! Madarame's just a piece of shit who preys on the weak.
Suicide. I'll never let something like that happen.
Well, since we've reached a unanimous decision,
Oh shit, that was
how
impressive.
about we continue this at our new hideout? My fellow thieves, welcome to our new hideout. Our target this time is Madarame. We all saw that palace. We'll pay dearly if we assume it's just going to be like the last one. And furthermore, Lady An's chastity is on the line.
What?
We'll need to do what we did with Kamoshida. First, we secure an infiltration route in the palace. After that, we send our calling card. Once the treasure has materialized, we steal it.
Oh, I got a question. Madarame doesn't know that we were doing stuff in the palace yet? Why are we already getting treated like criminals in there?
You're learning, Ryuji. Well done. It must be because he doesn't trust anyone. Any unknown person may as well be an enemy.
Or maybe he's just super salty from all those rumors that have been spreading about him.
Then his palace being so crazy had nothing to do with us?
Either way, we should stay on our best behavior. It'll be harder for us to steal the treasure if we needlessly increase the security level.
horribly mixed up sometimes.
We need to be careful of Kitagawa-kun this time too.
What?
I'm sure that whatever
My
he
button's
sees will
so
just
horribly
get
mixed
passed
up
on to
sometimes.
Madarame.
That's right.
Hey, what is Madarame's
What if I do
treasure
better if
going
I
to look like anyway? Another crown?
I doubt that, but my sixth sense will know when I see it.
Oh yeah, you go completely nuts, huh?
Our time limit is when the exhibit ends, right? That means June 5th.
We'll carry out the plan after we've sent out the calling card. So our
Why does his have so much
infiltration route will need to be
auto-track
set in
and mine
stone
doesn't?
2 days prior on June 2nd.
He says you're only winning because you have auto track.
We can't mess this up.
No, I just, it's not even, I'm not even saying, I just... It's not what I said.
I
just,
know,
I'm
I
just
know.
curious as to why his has so much more auto track than mine does.
Who's asking? First job for the who's asking. Oh, it's a good one.
They'll say it too, like whenever you send a calling card.
The who's asking? They'll put our name.
Like they won't say it out loud, obviously.
No, but
on the
they'll put
program.
it on the thing.
But, yeah.
Yes.
They'll be like, they'll be like, we're gonna steal your heart. Signed, Who's asking?
Who's asking? What was your team name? I must have missed it.
In this playthrough, in my first playthrough when you were watching, it was like straight bin, which is not what I tried to. I didn't have enough characters to write the whole thing, and I just got lazy anyways. But what it is now is the McCrimes crew.
The McCrimes crew, because it's Stabby McCrimes.
Yeah, because I'm Stabby McCrimes.
Yeah.
So it's the McCrimes crew.
So this is hideout. Alright.
Oh, is it telling you about the impassable thing? So hold on, I have to attack me real quick. Oh, nope, he went straight to attacking me.
Ben, hold on.
No, it's fine.
Okay, never mind.
I'll have to talk slower, but I'll have to like talk and you have to forgive me.
You're distracting Jason, he's needing to help me.
No, it's fine. Why would he tell? Okay, so sometimes this will happen with
what?
Two. This will happen with two of the palaces, right? This being one of them.
Okay.
You're gonna hit a point in the palace where the game's gonna force you out. You cannot progress.
Why?
Because it's like a story thing.
Oh.
So for this, because usually it's a 3-day. Like if you can do it in 3 days, fucking tight. You take 1 day to clear the palace, 1 day to send the calling card, 1 day to finish it, right? 3-day process. With this one and then another one later on, it's gonna be a 4-day process because it's gonna kick you out. So you're gonna have to take more than 1 day.
Well, so it's gonna be a day longer. Is that like a really big deal, or you're just saying normally it can be done?
No,
in 3?
I'm just saying like be ready for it. Like don't think like don't think you're like, oh shit, like I can't, like I can, like how do I get past this? You know, like get paid past this is leaving.
Got it. Okay.
It'll be very obvious. Like the game will be like leave. But like just don't think that there might be another way around it. Like you're gonna have to leave.
Okay, so how do I go to his palace? Explore Mementos?
And then hit infiltrate palace.
Yeet.
Well,
forgot you have to do the meeting first.
Let's start the strategy meeting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh god. Much brain power. Head hurty.
Should I go in right now? It's already 2:15. Oh my god, no.
You go in and save right at the entrance.
Yeah.
okay.
Fuck.
That's enough for now.
Getting to that part where it's gonna tell you to leave is gonna take, including all the battles, is probably gonna take about an
I
hour.
can just save here. Look.
I should
Bam.
write something.
Well, bam. Well, bam. This is fine, right? I can just.
Yeah.
This one. It'll just load me
I
back
don't know
right
if
in.
you've seen. it's like the essence of Persona, man. Have you seen the oh, it's like, have you seen the like the loading screen?
The loading screen?
Little icon that shows up when the game loads.
Yeah.
In the bottom right.
Yeah.
It's the best possible advice you can give for this game. Just take your time.
Take your time.
The absolute like best advice you can give. Just
Why?
Because the game, like, there's no rush to the game. Like, you're like, who should I hang out with? Which stat should I do? Like take your time. Like, look at your stats, figure it out. Like, you're not rushed or anything.
That's
If
true.
you that little bathroom thing that you did to clean Highness,
Yeah.
you can also pick the I'm going to think option. And what it does is you'll sit in the toilet and think. But more importantly, what it does is it tells you how close you are to upping your social stats.
Ah.
You'll say like I'm somewhat close, or I'm like nowhere near close, or I'm really really close to like upping my whatever, you know.
Huh. So you can kind of check on it from there.
Yeah. So sometimes you can use that as like a like if I'm this close, I should just go real quick, try to level it up, you know. So I should do something related to my charm today.
It's like a way for you to kind of touch base with everything and see how you're doing.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Do a lot of touching base, you know? Like, take your time with the game. Game has no actual, like, timer type restrictions besides the deadline, but, like, technically speaking, you can take as long as you want.
Yeah, like there's no like real time passing or any like actual time passing in the game, like game clock or anything. It's just the days.
Yep.
Cool. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna stop so we don't stay up till 3 again, even though I probably will anyways, but that's fine.
Can I send Ben a picture of the eyeball pig and then he can decide whether it's too grotesque for you or not?
I just don't like that we're talking about it still.
I can't stop thinking about it.
No, please don't.
It makes me want to go back and I'm like, oh, I should stream Bloodborne for you. That'd be so tight.
I'd watch it. As long as this thing isn't in it. See, is it in it?
It's in it, but
no,
like,
so then no, I'm not watching it.
But hold on.
No, I can't. Unless you like cut the stream there.
Well, no, I was gonna say yeah. I was like, I can just cut the stream when we get there.
That's fine.
Like,
literally,
they don't show up until like basically like right at the end of the game.
Okay, see, that's fine. I don't mind that. That's okay. As long as you promise to do that. Because I'm not joking, I will cry. Aspen, the KK concert, this KK Slider concert happened, and I started crying. Just because I was emotional about it. So if I'm just telling you now that this thing is going to traumatize me, it will. I'm not trying to be funny.
I really like, more than the pig thing, I really want to, fuck, you got me. More than the pig thing, I really want you to watch March Comes in Like a Lion. I would love to be able to talk about that with you. But
of course. Yeah. I have it up on my phone.
It's also like really long. It's like 44 episodes.
So, I'm not freaking doing anything. I don't have work. Yeet.
It's like my favorite series of all time.
Well, if it's your favorite, we'll watch it.
Love nothing more than have more people to talk about it with. But like, if you're gonna watch it by yourself, because I feel like Ben would just be like, haha, funny, then go boom. You watch it by yourself. If you're as emotional as you say you are, I would bring tissues.
Man, okay. I mean, like, Ben, am I a crybaby? He just nodded. I get emotional about like things that aren't real, you know.
When it comes to movies and TVs, me too, man.
I
won't deny it. Like, I won't deny it. I cried too, man. I cried when I watched Coco.
A lot. Coco, dude. Oh my god.
I fucking cry when I was watching Coco.
Let me tell you about Coco. So we watched Coco in the movie theaters, like right when it came out, and I was crying. I was crying. Okay, and then remember that they were playing that Olaf, the Frozen short before Coco, and people were bitching that the short was like 30 minutes before, and like it was taking up the movie time. Do you remember that?
Are you asking me or Ben?
No, you.
Oh, I never saw it. I never saw it in theaters. I saw it on DVD.
Anyways, back to Coco. Like, I was a hot fucking mess. Like, when Miguel sings to his grandma, like, every time I watch that movie. Holy shit. So we watched it the first time. I can't, like, it's not even like, oh, my eyes are tearing up. It's like I am, like, ugly sobbing through this scene. But that's not the point. So we see it in theater, and then I go like the following week because it came out like around Thanksgiving time or something, or Christmas time. So we were visiting my parents, and I was like, they're like, do you guys want to go watch Coco? And I was like, oh my god, we just watched it, but I will definitely watch it again because I loved it. And I was like, you better bring some tissues because I was crying and it was sad, and my mom is like the complete opposite of me. And she's like, okay. And then I'm sitting there crying during the scene, and I look at her, and she just kind of looks at me like, And I remember I was like, Mom, like that. She's like, yeah. But my dad was crying next to her. He's like this big Mexican guy, and he's like never shows emotions, and he's like crying about it. And I was like, oh well, you know. But literally, I was crying about the KK Slider concert this morning, today. So That's my life right now.
He
What else?
comes there. He comes every Saturday.
I know, but it was just really beautiful, like him playing, and it was the theme song, and it was just like everyone's sitting there, and it's all dark and beautiful, and they're dancing. And it touched my heart a little bit, and I cried a little bit about it. And Ben started laughing at me. He was making me a coffee, and then he's like, man. Anyways, how do I go to the title screen?
I'll just add
Triangle. You have to leave that menu, and you have triangle. Return title on the bottom.
Huh?
System. Return title.
System? Oh yeah.
There's a little animation he does when you return the title, and if you every once in a while, like he does a little thing where he like hops off, right?
Yeah.
You saw it, right? And then so every once in a while, he crashes into the screen instead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cute.
I love Persona for like how like artistic, how like aesthetically pleasing it is.
It's nice.
Like just the menus are really like fucking dope.
It is nice.
If you ever like played around like be on his phone.
Huh. I never
It's
noticed that.
it's the little things about Persona that are like just fucking fantastic.
Couple things here and there. Huh. Do, 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 do.
Getting sick of having to play Ben and Smash. He's too good.